Bears beats Battlestar Galactica.
You really adopted the dark. I was born in it.
Sounds like somebody's got a case of the Mondays.
Bazinga.
2 in the box.
Ready to go.
We be fast and
They be slow.
Cool.
All right.
You have glitter on your beard.
And we're recording. Thank you for checking out the What's Up Bro podcast. It's not the What's Up Bro podcast.
Nope, it's Tuesday.
Start it. We're going to restart it. I just did
DJ
What's Up
Scratch.
yesterday.
I have glitter in my beard.
He's going to keep all of it.
My blow a pony.
I know. I want to keep it just so people can be like, what the fuck? What did I tune into? And then checking their phones. Thank you for checking out the Mt.Geekmore podcast, your favorite podcast where we like to argue, discuss, and talk about your favorite pop culture subjects, your Mount Rushmore, if you will, of pop culture subjects. Today's pop culture subject is we're going to revisit the topic that we did for episode 8. So episode 101 will be revisiting episode 8's topic, which is your favorite childhood crush, Hollywood childhood crush. Because I don't want to hear fucking Timmy from down the block. I don't give a fuck about Timmy down the block. So favorite childhood Hollywood crushes. I am Nary Science. With me as usual is Dave.
Howdy.
And then we have Missy.
Hi.
From the What's Up Bro podcast. And we have a very special guest from the Better Let Me Tell You podcast, DJ.
Hey everyone.
DJ.
Yep.
DJ.
Nailed it.
Stuck the landing. All right. The beginning was a little tough, Colin, but he ended up naming us. All right. So, anyways, thank you guys for checking us out. This topic was semi-picked by Missy.
Totally picked by me.
Because earlier last week she was like, what's a good topic suggestion? Topic suggestion, and then she goes, childhood crushes, and I was like, childhood TV crushes is what you said.
Yeah, and I was feeling really confident. I'm like, yeah, that's a good suggestion. He wakes up, he's like, we already did it.
Yeah, I was like, and I literally sent her the link.
And they're done that.
I literally sent her the link. Exactly. I sent her the link, and I was like, and she was like, episode 8, motherfucker. I'm like, I don't know what to tell you, man. It's been a while.
A long time ago.
Yeah, so
much has changed.
It is, and so I told her, I go, if you want to do it, you just got to find a different panel. It can't be the same panel as last time, right? And then
so I walked away from that idea quickly.
So she heard the podcast and she's like, who the fuck is so and so, and who the fuck is that? Like, she had no idea who these people were, and I'm like, oh, it's been that long.
Right, so there's been some changes. New panel.
Yeah, and I was like, right. So then today, when we wanted to do
when they were desperate,
topic, I was like, here it is in the wheelhouse. Your wish is true. I grant wishes, baby. You're welcome.
Don't call me baby.
I'm sorry, honey. Sorry.
So I wasn't on that episode, but
you were not.
Steph listened to the episode today, and I did send in a list.
Is it similar to today?
And I made my list
prior to knowing that, and Dave doesn't remember what he had today for lunch.
I didn't know I had lunch until you mentioned it just now. It was almost identical to that list. Now I am having a much harder time deciding now, but
so it's names, not ranked.
I have not ranked yet.
Well,
wow.
This has never happened to me before.
So in no particular order.
Number 4, whatever, or 3, or 2, or 1, whatever, whichever one you want.
I'll leave it up to you.
Dave is a very go with the flow type of dude.
Nope.
He can have.
Nope. That's not.
When I was thinking of my list, I thought, shit, I'm going to age myself big time. But we'll see. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah, Missy was asking me all these questions like, what is childhood? What do you consider childhood? I was like, why?
Well, I asked, and then you gave me shit, and I was like, forget it. I'm just going to make my own rules.
Yeah, I gave you shit because I was like, do you consider yourself a child? Then fucking go with that. I don't know what to tell you. Like,
I wonder how badly you're going to age yourself. Are you going like Mae West?
Coño. I don't know about that.
Jesus.
Ingrid Bergman.
I don't know about
how
that.
Far back are we going?
My childhood crush was
Ginger.
Yeah.
Going ginger all the way, bitches. Yeah. So
Elizabeth Montgomery.
Elizabeth Montgomery was hot.
Oh my!
Because I remember being a kid thinking, "Wow, she's really pretty."
Oh yeah,
like gorgeous.
Oh yeah.
Actually, yesterday would have been her birthday.
Oh yeah.
She would have been like 85, 86.
How many different ways could Dave say, oh, yeah?
So for those Bewitched and Elizabeth Montgomery fans out there you go.
Twinkle your nose, bitches. Twinkle your nose, man. Childhood. Let me write this down. Childhood crushes.
Hollywood.
Volume 2.
Hollywood crushes. Don't forget the Hollywood.
Celebrity.
Mae West
Yeah, I think
going
we should have got celebrity.
Celebrity.
I guess. Childhood celebrity.
That's how I
crushes.
titled it in my note.
That's how I'm
my
going to title
phone.
it in the actual podcast.
Yeah.
What? That's a different.
It's the same thing. Hollywood celebrity. If you're a celebrity, you're in Hollywood.
True.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm very, very, in the know.
In the know. Yeah, I just thought of one right now. So I'm gonna.
I have a list of 10.
7.
Well, here's the thing. I was on on episode 8, so I'm trying to come up with different. Because
Yeah.
I saw the list that I did. I went through because I still have all the lists saved on my phone. So I went through episodes 8 list and I was like, no, that's pretty accurate. That's how I feel.
Hasn't changed?
I don't think it has, but I'm gonna change it for the sake of the episode, this episode on the show. I don't want people being like, well, 3 years ago you gave the same answer as how. So I'm gonna change it.
If you want to know what your original picks were, you can go back and listen to that episode.
Right.
That might be fun.
Right. So, with that panel, all right.
Diego?
Yeah, Diego's great. I love
There you
Diego.
go. Yeah. shout out to Diego.
So Barbara and Jeff's on that episode, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, he's always great. DJ, how'd you come with your list?
So, I had some very specific childhood crushes, which I remember I had their posters all over my wall, blah, 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 blah. And then there were a couple that maybe I wasn't a child when I liked, but whatever.
They were children, so that's kind of
Yeah.
same.
Yeah, I'm a little bit ashamed of my number 4, but you know,
It's going to be fine. Don't worry.
Hey, you said childhood. It didn't have to be mine.
yeah, exactly,
Well, in that case.
exactly. You weren't specific, so do I go with my number 4?
Hold on, we're gonna go around the horn.
Okay.
So, yeah, give me a second. Hold on. All right. So, Missy? Did you talk about how you're gonna come up with your list? Did you give any self-imposed rules?
I cut myself off at 18. So anyone I had a crush on up until like 18. And
What if you started crushing before 18 and still crushed on him after 18? Was that okay? You just the crush couldn't start
couldn't start after 18.
Okay, gotcha.
This is a self-imposed rule.
Yeah, this is
No,
my
no,
own
no. I'm
rule.
just I wanted
But
to
then-
understand.
I would have gotten younger because to me, I don't count 17 and 18 as childhood to
Yeah.
me. That's but that's her rule. That's her self-imposed rule.
right.
Well, I would have. I mean, what? So if I would have cut myself off before I was a teenager, I would have had to stop at 95. So that leaves me with the cast of Boy Meets World. Like I needed a little bit more to work with.
Not a bad cast.
No,
Yeah.
not at all.
And also this
Mr. Turner. Woof.
Wow.
Sorry. Continue.
is that why you're an English teacher now? Because you want to be like Mr.
I plead
Turner?
the fifth.
This mountain is weird because I picked the people I had a crush on, but it was blurred with who they were popular, like what made them popular, like the character, the act, the whatever the role. So it's like 50% the person.
I don't know
and
why I keep
50%.
thinking she's gonna bust out with Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
I'm not. But
No JTT love.
You
No.
adorbs.
no, he wasn't. I wasn't into him at all.
Oh,
Wow.
JTT?
I am questioning your entire.
He's a real
mountain
JT before JT. He's JT squared.
Yeah, he is. No, I wasn't into him at all. It wasn't my jam. So
Sorry, JTT, she wasn't into you.
So that was
Especially
it.
in the Adventures of Tom and Huck. Oh man, Oof. What a dreamboat.
He's Simba. That's all I care about him. That's it. I didn't watch anything else that had to do with him.
You didn't watch 10 seasons of Home Improvement?
No, not when it was airing, but when I had to go to sleep and it was on the nick of night, that's when I would watch it. Yeah. So that was it. That was my two rules.
Rules. All right.
David?
I just went with my crushes. It was.
I thought you were going to say I was just going with my boners.
Yeah. Well, kind of. Yeah.
There was a 4 born scale.
Yeah.
There was a 4 born scale. And
That's disgusting.
Yeah.
how many boners did he give you?
If I found them interesting or attractive or just generally crushed on them in any way when I was a lad, Yeah, a wee little lad.
Did you give yourself an age to cut yourself off or no?
No, I just went with 80s and 90s.
Okay.
You know, I was about 30 people down one of these ranker lists.
Mm-hmm.
It says 51 of your childhood crushes, then and now, and I'm like scrolling, and I got to like 30 when I realized there hasn't been a single woman in this fucking list yet. And then the list is called 51 of your childhood crushes, then and now, and then it says in parentheses for the ladies. And I was like, God damn it, how long did it take? How gay am I that I'm like, oh no, he was good. Oh yeah, no, I get that. And it's like fucking 30 fucking dudes before I realized, hey, I haven't seen a snatch yet. I haven't
Not
seen
yet.
one.
I saw that same
boy.
list, but it only took me to about like number 6. I was like, hang on a second.
Yeah, I'm
Wait
like,
a
I'm
second.
30 down, going like, nah,
Like,
he's
this-
good,
this
legit.
is-
He's
this is
legit.
not wrong.
It's a
This
good
is
list.
not wrong.
Good list.
However, what about you, Neri? What was your?
I just had to. I'm trying to not pick. I'm trying very hard to not go with my original list from episode 8. So I'm trying to see like who else gave me a boner.
Think late 80s, early 90s. There's so many at that
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Jennifer Love Hewitt. She's an option.
She never gave me. She never
She's
did it
not
for
on
me.
my
My
list,
friends were
but-
like just all about that. You know.
Oh my
You ever
god,
see the
that,
movie Can't Hardly Wait?
yeah,
With the blue tank top?
That's all they were keep talking about. I
And-
like her in Heartbreakers. And
And Heartbreakers
yeah.
with Sigourney Weaver, yeah.
and when she in
Sigourney
I know what
Weaver.
you did last summer. She's all dramatic and wavy.
I remember the first time, like, on Galaxy Quest, that she was wearing that bodysuit,
Oh, yeah.
Sigourney Weaver, and I was like, oh my gosh.
You're welcome.
Did you see her in Aliens? In the original?
Where she's wearing almost nothing at
Where
the
she's
end of the
literally
movie.
in her panties in Alien. I was like, oh, I saw that like 3 years ago for the first time in my life, and I was like, yo, Sigourney Weaver was this fucking hot? Like, I had no idea that she was that. Like, she's a good looking woman now, but she's in her 60s. But 3 years ago, I saw Alien for the first time. I'm like, whoa.
See, I had an odd childhood, and I saw Alien at like 7 years old,
Awesome.
and I was like, wow. So that's what's going on in my pants. Yeah.
Cool. Oh, cool. Cool. His pants.
All right, so yeah, I'm trying. Like, I'm looking through other lists, and I'm like, yeah, no, she was on my original. Yeah, she was on. Okay, yeah, there she goes. All right, so all right, number 4. Let's start off with Missy. Who would you pick for your number 4?
Okay. My number 4 is Leonardo DiCaprio.
Of course.
Good.
Yeah, I had to.
It's a good pick.
Because before he was Jack, he was Romeo in the I think it was 97.
And before he was Romeo, he was a Luke on Growing Pains.
That's right.
Yes, he was. But I thought it was, I don't know, I wasn't into him back then. Plus, it was already the seasons when he was on Growing Pains. Yeah, I was like dying down a little bit. And
Yeah, it was the last 2 seasons.
Michael Seaver was a little bit too like self-righteous at that point that I wasn't into it anymore. But yeah, like the Romeo and Juliet, I think it was 97. I could be wrong. I think 97 or 96.
Romeo and Juliet, what year?
Yeah.
95.
Oh, I was way off. Okay.
You
So,
said 97. What, you weren't way off.
I mean, I'm thinking middle school and high school. Like 97, I was in high school. 95, I was in middle school. The point is that that movie was like the first time that I think I don't think I'm a crier at movies, but that movie like really was impactful just because the story itself, I think I had been studying it that year, but not just his acting, but like the movie itself, the way
it was shot,
the
it was
perspective that they took was amazing.
Yeah.
The colors, the costumes, everything, and the fact that they kept like the Shakespearean
Yeah.
language was fantastic. But something about when this kid would cry, I'd be like, oh my God, I could fix it, like what every girl thinks, and it always works out for you.
In that movie, he has an ugly cry. In Romeo and Juliet,
Of course.
he has a Dawson's cry.
First of all, do not do that.
I
Because
have a lot of questions.
no,
First of all,
how dare you? Second of all, in that movie, the best crying face goes to Claire Danes, always and forever.
She always has the best
and no
crying
matter
face.
whatever she could be
Yeah.
on Sesame Street, and she'll have the best
But
crying face.
I don't mean good. I mean that's a bad cry.
No,
Leo has a bad crying face in Romeo
So
and
does Claire
Juliet.
Danes.
Yeah, that's
She does
that's
the
what she means.
quivering chin and the puppy. I can't do it because it's like
pouty
adorable
lip, the
when
pouty-
she does it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's not adorable when she does it.
I know, but it's like that wafy,
I like women who cry.
damn stressful fucker.
That's how I get turned on by that right there.
You're
Like,
disgusting.
oh my god.
And then, of course, Titanic.
Are you regretting?
Okay,
your
let's talk about
decisions?
Titanic.
Titanic was an event. Like, I didn't watch Star Wars until I was an adult, but I know that for kids, it was like blew their fucking mind. Titanic was the first blockbuster movie that I watched. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, and you like him in Titanic?
I did in 97.
Not now.
Now, I don't know that movie essentially holds up like it did in the beginning.
The reason I ask is because Titanic is one of my favorite movies, and I love everything about it except
him
and her. And it's funny because
Kate Winslet?
I love Leonardo DiCaprio and I love Kate Winslet. I think especially her, she's probably the best actress of our generation.
Agreed.
But in the movie, I don't care for them in the movie.
Really?
Yeah, and that's one of my favorite movies.
That's crazy.
The whole Jack Rose. I'm like, oh my god, just get it over with.
Okay, so sink the fucking ship. Yeah, but see, in 1997, like the eyes of a naive little freshman, I was like, oh my god, they really fucking loved each other. As an adult, I could see that.
Yeah.
I'd be like, dude, you guys knew each other for 2 days. Like, relax. So, but I think it was such an event, and it was such a like monumental, like the production and the costumes.
It's funny that you say that because in the part when the ship is like sinking, that they're going down, like that part, that she's like, "Oh, this is where we met," and I'm like, "Yeah, 2 days ago, 48 hours ago."
Were you trying to kill yourself and he fucking stopped you, you crazy bitch? Yes. Now with a 36-year-old perspective, I'm like, okay, relax. But in 97, it was like, oh my god. And of course, like I think after that, I think Romeo and Juliet was his first like big.
That was like his
ticket, a box office hit, because I know that what's eating
Gilbert Grape. He had
was
done the
like
Basketball Diaries.
Yeah. So
he had done a few
Beaches.
movies.
He had done
Beaches.
Or the beach. The beach.
No, the beach was after.
Oh, was
It was like 99, something like that. And
the movie was messed up.
And super messed up.
Never seen it.
It's messed up.
You don't need to.
It's like a
not
Lord
that
of the
good.
Flies, but with.
I've never seen that one either. It's like the movie you
That
haven't
one you
seen is
should watch.
like a movie that you haven't seen mixed with something that you don't know about.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, so it's not my fault. You don't think that
Do
reading
you still
is
like
cool.
him?
I don't know. I go back and forth.
Do you what?
What?
Would you ask?
If I
she
still
still
like
likes him.
Leo DiCaprio? No,
What? How do you not like him? I think he's amazing.
because now my niche is like rugged fucking.
Did you not see him in the one where he gets fucked by a bear? He's rugged as fuck in that movie.
That was a fake beard. He
Was it a fake beard?
Yeah, he said it on Ellen.
Yeah, but
and
it
I was
looked
like,
good.
oh, wah, wah.
But it looked good.
Yeah, but it's not his. And
What the fuck does that make a difference
First
to
of
you?
all, he doesn't.
Can you
he's
stop
not-
doing that with your
he's
hand
not-
to my face,
he's
please?
not-
Actors and actresses wear like wigs and
We're
beards
talking about we're talking about the actor. I'm not into him now because I find him to be too pretty. I'm not into pretty guys.
But he
He
was
was
rugged.
way more pretty back.
But he was
Yeah.
rugged in that movie, though.
I'm saying now. He asked me if I'm into him now. I'm not into
I'm
him
asking
now.
you, but I'm saying, but he was
Oh, okay,
rugged
so
in
you're
that.
yeah. I
but
get what you're saying.
I'm saying he was rugged in that movie.
And what other movie?
In Divergent, was it not Divergent? That fucking the bear movie, whatever the fucking something with a D.
The Revenant.
Revenant, right? Is that what it is?
Something with a D. The
I was
Revenant.
thinking
You know
about
the movie
bear's-
you won an Academy Award
I
for?
was,
Yeah.
I was thinking about the bear's dick. That's what I was thinking. Something with a D, huge bear's dick. Yeah, he was rugged in that one. But-
No, but it was fake. It wasn't.
But you didn't know that until he said it on Ellen.
Okay, he's not the kind of guy that you go on fucking camping trip with. Like, he's not a rugged dude.
You're not the kind of girl that goes on a
I
camping
do.
trip.
I have, and I could. Okay.
I don't fucking see you.
But you
ever.
know what
Just
though?
because you don't see it doesn't mean
I don't
it's not
see you
true.
ever fucking going like, you know what we should do for fun this weekend, babe? Let's go fucking camping. Get the fuck out
I
of
did
my
it a bunch
face.
of times, and my friends don't want to go with me.
I didn't
Listen,
say
you don't need
haven't
for him
done
to
it.
camp. He'll save you on a sinking ship.
Yeah.
And he's going to give you the piece of wood,
That
which he
could-
stupidly
Yeah,
didn't share
he
with
is.
you.
Clearly hold both of them.
Both of them, but I would share. I would share the door. I'm not a bitch. Anyways,
All right,
that's number
Rose.
4. Jeez. Yeah, but yeah, for my little 1997 heart, Leo was my number 4. So
He was a pretty young thing.
he was. Oh yes.
He was so pretty that I hated him.
Yes, I found
Yeah.
myself hating him because he was so good looking.
Yeah, and everyone loved him.
And everybody loved him, and I had to take a step back at some point or another. I was probably still a teenager, but I had to take a step back and be like, "Why do you hate him, Larry?" Like I had to ask myself that. I'm
Yeah,
like,
I had that
'cause
same
he's really good
conversation
looking,
myself.
and I was like, "Why?" Because I'm like, "Do you hate his movies? Is his acting bad? Is it?" And he has the same. I had the same problem with Channing Tatum. where he was so good looking. I was like,
That it made you mad?
I just didn't like him. But I didn't know why. And then I started watching his movies, and I was like, oh, he's not just a pretty boy. Like, he could actually act, and he's actually funny in these movies. And I'm like, it's not just about being pretty. So I had to check myself on those couple cases.
Well, it's like me and my thing with Megan Fox, except I haven't checked myself yet.
Yeah, but Megan Fox is hot, but she can't act her way out of a box. So, you know.
I mean,
She was great in Jennifer's Body. Like, I think
That's because she makes out with the
she was good in Transformers.
No, legitimately good. I think she was legitimately good.
She was good in
For real?
Transformers. Yeah,
Yeah.
I saw it today.
The first one.
Yes, today. I showed my kids Transformers and
Okay,
Bumblebee.
well, I don't think that she's talented, and she's also like, I don't see it.
I don't see her as a bad actress. I don't see her as
She's
an,
funny.
the award.
She's not
I don't see her like,
funny,
she's gonna win an
She is.
Oscar.
What was it? This is 40 that she was in?
Oh, that's true. Yeah,
She's
yeah.
really funny in that movie.
They wrote like no,
Okay.
she's not funny in that movie. She just delivers.
I laughed.
Good. You don't think Will Ferrell's funny?
Oh, what does that have to do with anything? What did that have to do with the price of tea in China?
Anyway, no, I wrapped up my number 4 like 10
So
minutes
Leo
ago.
97. All right, you.
Okay, so my number 4 is Amy Jo Johnson, Kimberly the Pink Ranger.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, and
Why doesn't anybody ever pick the Yellow Ranger?
Trini. I don't know.
He's in number 3. You didn't. Spoiler alert.
He's number 4. This is number 4.
She.
Oh,
Yeah.
number 3. Oh, yeah. I think it's because she had an untimely demise.
I was about to say.
Yeah.
I was about to say.
She died shortly after that.
Power
TV show.
Rangers was
Wait.
like right at the cusp after I'd grown
It was
out
like
of that.
94.
Yeah, I was already
95,
like
sometime around
a
there.
teenager
Yeah.
then, but that didn't stop me for my number 4. But go ahead.
Yeah. She just asked me if the Yellow Ranger's really dead. I'm like, yeah, she
Yeah.
died in a car accident, and she was Asian, so that didn't help the fucking stereotype.
You didn't say that part into the mic, stupid.
Why? I didn't make her Asian. I didn't make her drive off the fucking. She just died in a car accident.
You know what else it could have
On
been
my birthday.
as to why the Yellow Ranger isn't on people's list more often is because in their Power Ranger suits, it was actually a dude that was inside.
Is that real?
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Oh,
Hers
man.
or
Yes.
all the other girls?
Well, no. Just the. Have you ever noticed that the Yellow Ranger wears
Has a dick? No, because I jerked off to her
huge
many
bulge,
times.
Yeah.
Gee, and now I'm questioning my sexuality. Now I've
No,
jerked
it's-
off to dudes.
Well, the Power Rangers side of the show, right? The fighting and
Right,
all
right.
that stuff, everything that was in the Power Ranger suits was filmed in Japan for a different show, and then it was just translated to English, and the scenes with the kids were inserted, and they just edited the shows together, right? So Kimberly obviously had a very feminine looking, ranger
Physique.
form,
Yeah.
right? And Trini did not. It looked like a dude, broader shoulders, So it just to me, she didn't look attractive in her Power Ranger suit, whereas Kimberly did.
Did you know that at that point?
I didn't know that at that point. No, it was. This is something I found out actually fairly recently, like within the last 2 or 3 years, that I found this out. But just beyond that, I found her as Kimberly really attractive. Like she's just
And she's
smoking hot.
aged like fine fucking wine, bro.
She has. She looks really, really
She's
good.
a fucking.
She
I think she's a
does-
vampire. Legit. I think she's a fucking vampire. Her and Paul Rudd.
Yeah, I was gonna say she's made the same deal as Paul Rudd.
Her and Paul Rudd made the same deal with Satan. Because holy fuck,
He's 50.
yeah, and he has abs. Fuck that guy.
She does.
No,
She does.
literally,
She does conventions along with Jason David Frank, the guy who played the Green Ranger,
White Ranger.
and the White Ranger, and they both look incredible. But she, to me, looks like she hasn't aged much. If she's aged 10 years since she did Power Rangers 30 years ago, it's too much. So she's just I've always found her to be just ridiculous, like smoking hot. And then her character on Power Rangers was nice. She was like that girl next door sort of look. But on top of that, she kicked ass.
Right.
She could get into that Power Ranger suit, and she was going to martial arts her way, to your heart, and that's what she did.
Oh, Dave.
So,
cute.
so
She karate chopped herself.
she karate chopped her
She
way
marshaled way her into your heart. Well, to your little boy heart.
to my little boy heart. She's still there.
Are we saying heart instead of penis? Because that's what.
Yeah,
we're
that's
saying.
totally
Okay.
what I was
Yeah,
going
yeah,
for.
I
I,
was
just,
like,
There it is.
I wanted to be polite.
I was
you
like, I
know?
don't.
Or it'll go down there eventually.
Yeah, yeah.
We'll get there.
Title of your sex tape.
Right. So, all right. Deej?
All right. So my number 4 is she was many people's childhood crush because she was a, teenage girl. But when I liked her, I was in my late 20s, early 30s. And I know statutory rape laws, people. I went to law school. I really had a thing for Miley Cyrus when she first came out.
Really?
I really did. And I felt really dirty watching Hannah
Was
Montana.
it the wig?
No.
Was it the horse teeth?
No, when she first tried to break away from the image that she did that Party in the USA song.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, I
I
love
remember
that
she did
song.
a performance at the Kids Choice Awards or something, and she got on top of an ice cream truck that had a pole, and she kind of started to pole dance, and I'm
I remember that.
I'm like, I shouldn't be liking this as much as I can because she could be my daughter.
Oh,
and
boy.
I'm like, and after that performance, I never saw her the same again. And I was like, I
think that was the
really
point.
dirty.
You know, it's funny. I felt the same way about the performance, but about the ice cream.
Oh yeah,
I was like, oh fuck, ice cream! Oh my god.
I remember that performance was super controversial because at certain angles where they the still shots, it looked like her vag was popping out of her outfit.
She was pole dancing.
Yeah, so-
as innocently as you can on the Kids' Choice Award.
Correct.
No.
Oh, just
Yeah, and I don't know. I just thought she was really, really cute when she kind of went crazy.
What's her name? Hannah Montana.
Miley Cyrus, sir.
When she kind of went crazy and she cut her hair and all that, I was like, yeah. But for a time there, it was bad. I'd be like, okay, I've watched 2 episodes of Hannah Montana. It's time to turn it off.
Let me go get some fresh air.
There's no children here that I could say, oh no, he's watching it. She's watching
You can't
it.
throw one of your kids
And
under
it's
the
on
bus.
mute. What the hell are you doing? Why is it on mute?
She's stable now.
I don't understand this pick. I'm not knocking it. I don't understand.
I mean,
No, she's a good. I mean,
no, she's not an unattractive woman.
She kind of had that thing going, which will eventually be an honorable mention when we talk about our honorable mentions that Britney Spears had when she first came out. That kind of innocent little girl thing, but she's kind of a little
Britney was
nasty
hot as
inside.
fuck, though.
No, Britney was way hotter, but I don't know. I just
yeah, that
Miley
happens.
Cyrus, and no.
I feel like we're all accomplices now to a statutory rape type of shit. Where he told you he liked children, guys didn't blink. We're like, well, that was his number 4. So I mean,
I believe in the Me Too movement. I believe in the Me Too movement.
I said, I don't get it.
yeah.
But
No.
I do.
I just thought she looked.
kinda get it.
I just thought she looked good on top of the ice cream cart.
I gotta look it up. Miley Cyrus.
What was
ice cream.
the Wrecking Ball song?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but by that time she was
Yeah,
legal.
but she already lost her shit by then.
Yeah, she was.
I
legal.
don't. I'm not somebody that strongly believes that a relationship will calm you down, but in her specific case, it definitely does
Yeah.
because she was fine. She broke up with Liam Hemsworth, and then she went batshit crazy, and then she came right the fuck back down when they got back together.
I understood
So-
that she kind of wanted to get rid of that Disney image, and that's fine. But she really
They're married now,
went
right?
out there.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
got married last
Yeah.
year
Oh.
or this year, something like that. I'm not sure. So that's a good pick. I support it.
Thank you.
Nary.
It may be
There's
illegal.
so many
but
gifts
thank
of her licking an ice cream cone. I kind of understand the pick now.
you. I'll look it up for you.
Thank you. All right. My number
Yeah,
4.
make his
Yeah,
phone
yeah,
the evidence.
The NSA is gonna be like, "What the fuck are you doing, dude?" My number 4 is Veda from My Girl.
Yeah.
Actress was Anna Chlumsky.
Oh yes.
Yeah, that's my number 4. She was in My Girl. She's now in Veep. And it,
Freaking crazy on that show.
oh, I love her in that show. But I didn't even know it was her until today, until doing research for her today. I'm like, that's the girl from My Girl? And she's pretty fucking awesome. So,
What's her first name?
Anna, A-N-N-N, Anna.
I've never seen My Girl.
What?
Add that to your list.
No.
No.
I know how it ends. What do I need to watch it for?
What do you mean? How does it end? Tell me.
The guy dies.
That's not
with
the end.
bee stings.
That's not the fucking end.
Okay, the funeral's the end.
That's not the end. That's not the funeral's not the end either. Sorry,
jump on
Charlie.
Wikipedia. I don't find
Sorry,
out the-
Charlie. You wrong. You wrong.
Yeah,
And part 2 is good too.
I remember thinking when I was a little kid, I'm like, she is so cute.
She was. She
Yeah.
was adorable.
She's
Well, I was a
very
kid
cute.
at that time too, so like I could, it was okay with me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah, that was, little Dave talking.
Your penis?
Oh, there it is.
I thought you were going to go with a height joke there.
That's it.
What else do you want from me?
All right.
Well, she was of legal age, so it's not interesting, I guess, anymore. Now that Miley Cyrus was talked about. Veda from My Girl. I mean,
Yeah, how
that's-
do you follow that?
Yeah.
It's not that bad, guys. Jeez.
Okay. All right. So number 4s were Leonardo DiCaprio from Romeo and Juliet.
Not Lena. Leonardo.
That's what I just said.
Oh, I thought you said Lena.
Maybe I mumble. Leonardo DiCaprio from Romeo and Juliet. Amy Jo Johnson, the Pink Ranger from Power Rangers. Miley Cyrus from Jailbait, Hannah Montana, and Anna Chlumsky from My Girl. She was Veda in My Girl. I put the character name first. Is that wrong? That's how I fell in love with them. I'm like, I have my
Well, that's a very famous character.
Yeah. So there you go. And number 3.
My number 3 is Jared Leto, aka Jordan Catalano.
My So-Called Life.
Yes.
I thought he was going to be your number 1.
No, sir. Plot twist.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
this show by itself is one of my all-time favorite shows. Like, I was watching it this weekend.
No, we heard it. We know.
But, and what's really funny about his role in the show is that I don't think he says more, legit, I don't think he says more than 50 words throughout the 19 episodes that the show's run.
Now we know Missy's type of guy. Shut the fuck up.
I'm going to say something in a minute that I'm going to totally get ragged on. Go ahead.
And he was just, I don't know, he was like, again, this is one of those picks where it's like, it's blurred between, it wasn't really about the actor, it was more about the character that he played. And, Jordan was like the archetype, like stoic, you don't know what the fuck he's thinking, but you want him anyway type of dude. And I actually ended up liking a guy who looked a lot like him in high school.
Jordan Catalano?
Yes, and it didn't dawn on me until like a random day at a red light, like 5 years after high school. And I was like, oh my God, what the fuck was I doing? But anyway, yeah, Jordan Catalano, aka Jared Leto sometimes.
Do you remember when that show came out?
Yes. The original run was 94, 95, and then MTV bought the rights and started rerunning it.
Because that show came out when I was in high school. I'm a little older.
Okay.
And it was quite the phenomenon. Like, they both were. And he was everywhere when the show first came out.
Mm-hmm.
It was also in Missy's thoughts.
And posters. And Team People.
So I'll confess to something.
What?
When that show came out when I was in 9th grade, I actually grew up my hair in 9th grade to look like Jordan Catalano's.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic.
You can't be the only one.
I dyed my hair red because of Angela Chase, 100%. So no ragging for me.
That was Claire Danes?
Yes, sir. I think that was the first.
That'd be weird if it's like, was that Claire Danes? No, that was the lady who played Mona on Who's the Boss. Yeah. Fucking, why the fuck would she be talking about that now?
He has good hair.
He has
really
fantastic hair.
Still, to this day.
To this day. But he's like, he's a delicate rock star. He gets that shit groomed. But, yeah, he does for sure.
Yeah, of course. But I don't, I think that's a given. Anybody in Hollywood gets their shit groomed.
Yeah, but I don't like it for you to look that way. Anyway, so, yeah. And that show, aside from the fact that she wrote to him, I don't know if you remember that you said you watched it, right? That episode where they were on the field trip and she writes him a letter, like talking to him about her crush. I started writing because of that episode.
Yeah?
Yeah. And so...
Now we know who to blame.
Dick. So, yes, that's my number
Dick
3.
for your writing?
So was your
crush... your notebook like full of penises, like in Superbad?
all over the place.
I don't like that movie, so no.
So was your crush on the character or on him?
Yes.
That one's more on the character than Jared Leto, for sure, 100%. To this day. Like, Saturday.
You're right. He only said like 50 words in the whole
Only
show.
50 words. Like, throughout the entire series, I don't think he said more than 50 words. But he was so gorgeous. So, that's it. That's my number 3.
Gotta get a mop now. All right. Number 3, Dave?
My number 3 is Britney Spears. We're actually just talking about her.
Really?
Yeah. I have had.
It's because you don't want to make your wife mad.
I have had a crush on. No, I've had a crush on Britney Spears since.
I'm so glad
she
you picked
first came
Britney
out.
Spears. So glad you did.
Did you think he was a Christina?
Wow. Why? How?
No, nothing.
He's full of plot twists.
Nothing against Christina. I think she's hot too. But
she's no Britney Spears.
But she's no Britney Spears.
No.
All right. I distinctly remember, and I am very sorry, Britney Spears. I'm sorry to your parents, but I remember the first time I thought I have to wank off to this woman right now. And
Was she a woman at that
Baby,
time?
one more time.
whatever the fuck she was.
There was a point where she wasn't a girl, but she wasn't yet a woman.
Let me ask you.
That was 2001.
Was it? Because I always thought she was
That was
cute.
weak.
Yeah.
But it was the 2000 MTV Awards when she sang.
With the snake?
No, that was
when
a
she
year
started
later.
singing "I Can Get No Satisfaction," she
The
took off the
glittery
suit,
bodysuit.
and she was wearing a flesh-colored bodysuit.
Yeah.
I was like, "There's my life before this date, and my life
Yeah.
after."
And then
A lot of people had that, moment.
that was one of the sparklies.
Yeah.
And all the sparklies kind of just coalesced right down here.
Because
oh yeah,
that was the day. Up to that point, she had been teetering, on the.
Yeah, she'd been walking the
But
line.
that day, she was like, "Oh no, hell no!"
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
I don't blame her.
She was hot in the librarian way until then, and then she was just like 100% full blown.
What kind of librarians were at your school that they look like Britney Spears?
It's not real librarian; it's librarian porn. You know what
Yeah.
I'm talking about?
Oh,
Yeah.
that kind of librarian. Got it.
Porn
My
librarian.
bad.
I don't know why I
Yeah.
pointed at Neri with a
Yeah, you put it right at
porn.
me, like, porn librarian. I'm like, yeah, because that's
What he Googles.
listen. To go with that,
Dirty librarians.
seriously, I think that between 2000 and 2002 or 3, she was like the hottest woman
100%.
around.
Oh yeah,
I gotta be honest with you. I've been a fan of Britney since before that. She was at my grad night, and 99. She was at my grad night. She waved at me. Go ahead.
Remember Grand Night? Kids today will never.
Yeah,
know.
you'll never know what it's like to take a bunch of fucking Excedrin and think you're popping pills.
I had a Leo.
as someone who came back just like 2 weeks ago from chaperoning Grad Bash,
Right.
just the same thing, just at Universal Studios.
Yeah, but they're having fun at a place that is supposed to be geared towards teenagers.
You're not being naughty.
Yeah, you're not being naughty at fucking Disney.
It's true.
Literally.
Yeah, you're not.
Do they still have like singers and all that stuff?
Yeah,
My year was Aaliyah.
Aaliyah?
Yeah.
yeah.
That's awesome.
Did you
Yellow
bring the
card.
plane with her?
My ear was yellow.
Or too soon?
Oh,
Too soon?
man.
Too soon? Did she land it? Did she land it herself?
Oh man. Oh man.
That's how he gets you. It's fucked up, but you're laughing anyway.
Yeah, I have a friend of mine that's like that too. That's like, oh god.
I wanna see
So
what the
yeah,
big deal
Britney
is.
Spears.
Oh yeah, 99. I was she was my grad in 99, and I was been a fan of her even before that. Yeah, that was before the boob implants. That was when she still only had Hit Me Baby One More Time. That was the only single she had.
The first time I saw
When
that
you saw
music
her at
video,
Grad-
I
at a Grad
knew
night?
that
Oh,
I would
cool.
be in love with her for the rest of my life. Yeah.
I was very much in high school like don't talk. I was like too cool to fucking really be into all the
Yeah,
things and
you were
everything
Wednesday
else.
Adams.
Pretty much.
Oh yeah.
Excuse me, Daria was my person.
Okay.
But
Same.
you undeniably I was like in the closet loving everything that she fucking did. Like I wouldn't admit, obviously, but yeah, you could not deny.
See,
Britney.
I was in middle school when Britney was coming out. I'm a little younger than you guys, and so like that was like middle school is when you like really first.
Damn it! How old am I? I was in college.
Well, I mean, that's cool. I'm 37.
I'm 40.
I'm 31.
36.
Oh, you are.
Yeah, I'm 31. Yeah. So yeah, I'm a little younger than you guys are. So I like middle school is when you really first start to.
So
discover
Miley's even grosser. For
Your
me.
yeah.
Yeah, by far. Like that's
When you start to discover yourself, your sexuality, what you're into, what you're
Well,
not into.
That's unless you have older brothers like I do, and then you fucking start that very fucking young. Am I doing it right, guys? Am I doing it right? This how you do it?
Yeah.
Why are you guys laughing? Huh? No, that's not how you do it? Oh, okay, sure.
So I definitely knew that I liked blondes from that point on.
Yeah, blondes are not my thing. But Britney Spears was hot, so I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
I'm not
There's
gonna
an
be
exception to
yeah,
every
no,
rule.
I'm not gonna be like, oh, she hot. Oh, but she's a blonde. Forget it. Pass. I'm not gonna be that guy. I just
Remember that red bodysuit and the.
Oh, yes.
What is it? That's.
Oops.
Oops, I did it again. Yeah.
She when I first got an office job where I had a cubicle, there was like I would cut out magazine things and put them in my cubicle, and one of the ones that I had was Britney Spears' Vegas.
In the Elvis
The
suit?
jumpsuit.
The jumpsuit, and she was on my
Mad
fucking wall.
respect.
Okay,
And I was
wait.
like,
Have you guys seen that concert?
Of course.
At the end when she's all wet?
yeah, when she comes into the waterfall and shit.
It's
I
like,
was
oh my god!
Yeah.
I actually saw that concert in person.
Oh, yeah?
Here at the American Airlines, and she did the baby one more time, but without the water.
Aw.
Were you disappointed?
Yeah, I I was really disappointed actually.
You had already seen the HBO
I had already
special?
seen it. It was the same tour, but they did, I guess, early on. They did the HBO special, and it was the same performance. She had like the harness where she flew over the audience
No
without
water.
the water.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I was really disappointed because I was like waiting for the water. I was
That's
waiting
what
for
I
the
fucking
wet
paid money
Britney.
for. Oh, no.
I saw her in concert. She's one of the few concerts I've been to, and it was for Circus.
Yeah.
So
Oh, yeah.
it wasn't the same.
I saw her twice when she did Circus.
Yeah, she had already had kids and gone a little crazy.
Oh yeah, that was like her comeback. It was a comeback tour.
Yeah, but I
Because I
think
came on her back, so I come. No, I'm kidding. That's a joke from Parks and Rec.
Brittany's a good
Super.
one.
Yeah.
She's very, very good.
Thank you.
Dave, I never agree with you. Way to go.
All right, so
Why is your hand sticky? Just kidding.
Jared Leto from My So-Called Life and Britney Spears from
Life.
Life,
Just TRL.
Just TRL.
Just being alive.
TRL Princess.
Yeah.
Real life.
Well, Baby One More Time was the #1 TRL video
Yeah.
when it ended. I always thought it was going to be I Want It That Way, but nope, it's Britney Spears.
All right, so Deej.
All right, my number 3, well, it's going to age me a little bit, but you guys remember the show Charles in Charge?
Yes.
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 Nicole Eggert.
Yes, absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah, no, absolutely, man.
I remember I always thought she was really cute.
No,
I thought on Charles in Charge she was cute because obviously she was younger. That was more like a family show. But then a couple of
Baywatch.
years later, Baywatch, hello, I was like, oh my god, Nicole Eggert.
I thought Nicole was super fucking hot during Charge and Charge because I'm younger. So to me, she was a teenager and I was still like 10 or 11 and she was like 15, 16. And I was like, hubba, hubba, hubba.
Yeah, it's funny because at the beginning of the show, she was more like, not tomboy, but obviously a lot more covered. And then as the show progressed, obviously she was older. She started wearing like the crop tops and like she had like the longer like blonde hair. She had like that classic, beach like American girl. And then, Baywatch. I liked her more than like the other girls on Baywatch. I thought she was so cute, and I was really upset when she left Baywatch.
Her and Pam Anderson. I mean, I can't pass up Pam Anderson, but her. I mean, they were just stunning. Yasmin Bleeth was a
Yasmin Bleeth,
huge
yeah.
favorite of mine too. Yeah. But this whole list could be a Baywatch list.
Yeah.
Pretty much. That's his
Unfortunately,
own
she hasn't aged well.
Oh, she aged horrible.
Yeah.
A lot of fucking surgeries and.
Yeah.
You know when I
She
found
was
this out?
doing good. She was doing well. When what's his name did Scott Baio 40 and Single.
Yeah.
She was still looking good. That was maybe 10 years ago, and
You watched that show?
oh yeah. Not only did I watch it, I bought it on iTunes. Yeah.
Wow.
And Scott Baio was 41 and pregnant.
Time out. So if I go into your TV, like the TV
It
section.
should be there. Yeah.
Interesting.
Is Scott
I think
Baio?
season
Wait,
two.
is Scott Baio on your list?
Scott Baio would have been on my list if it wasn't for his fucking dumb political views of late. And I'm like, oh well, I'm out. Unfollow you on fucking Twitter.
Yeah, he's a Trumper, right?
Oh, super, like ridiculously, like when the store, and it's not political, so calm down, fuckers. But when that store, during his campaign, they stopped running Ivanka's line.
Yeah,
it wasn't,
Nordstrom.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was Nordstrom, right? Yeah, it wasn't because she was his daughter. It was because the line wasn't selling well.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It wasn't anything political. It just happened to coincide at the same time that he's running for president. And then he made a fucking video of him calling Nordstrom and showing the camera like how much his bills, whatever, like how much he uses, how much he goes to Nordstrom, and he canceled he canceled his account and all. And I'm like, what are you proving?
Right.
What
Scott
are you
Baio
fucking-
saves the Ivanka Trump line.
Yeah, I'm like, what are you proving? It wasn't political. And then he was like, I'm disappointed in how Nordstrom and you guys are un-American. And I'm like, what are you fucking talking about? So I just had to him and Dean Cain, another one on Twitter that I had to be like, I'm out, man. I'm sorry.
Dean Kane's a Trumper?
Is
Dean,
it
yeah, I don't know if he's a
No,
Trumper.
not Superman.
Yeah, he's not. I don't know if he's a Trumper, but he's not as bad as definitely not as bad as Scott Baio, but very much like he's in the right wing. I don't want to put him in Trumper because I don't want to call him racist, but he's
Well, Scott Baio has
Scott Baio is legit.
bigger fish to fry
I don't.
nowadays.
I don't mind
What
if
happened
you
with
lean to
him?
the right as long
Well,
as
the
you're not an
allegations that
idiot.
came out against him, Scott Baio, including Nicole Eggert.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I do
Yeah.
remember that. That's how I look. That's how I found out what Nicole Eggert looks like now.
Yeah.
And I'm like, ooh.
I actually saw her a couple of years ago. She did that show Splash,
Okay.
where the celebrities do like diving.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Was she
Oh,
good?
really?
Was she still looking good then?
The thing with her is that she's she's gained weight,
Right.
And it's not even that she's gained weight. It's just that she looks her neck and her face are like off. There's just something off. I think it's the weight gain. She's
Surgery.
gotten older, combined with like surgery.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just she
Who
looks
looks, who looks worse, Nicole Eggert now or Lisa Turtle now?
Lisa Turtle.
But you know what? The thing about Lisa Turtle, now, I feel that like every time they put pictures of her, it's like a lot of like bad makeup or something. Because I remember a few years ago when they did that cast reunion for People Magazine, Saved by the Bell, she looked okay, and that was maybe I don't know, 6-7 years ago.
I think that she.
And she also went a little nuts, so you know.
I was gonna say she and Little Kim have the same doctor, and they don't look anything like themselves.
Who knew that Little Kim was going to end up being Asian?
Her doctor did.
Because she
Her
looks
doctor
Asian.
did.
She looks Asian.
Yeah, no, they look completely different. I'm a supporter of plastic surgery if that's what you want to do. I personally think that you should leave your face alone.
Lisa Turtle looks worse.
Yeah.
She has pull up if you do a side by side of her and Little Kim, they look like
I
twins.
had to actually Google Little Kim. I saw Little Kim. Somebody retweeted Little Kim's Instagram post, and I was like, maybe a month ago, and I was like, no, that's not the Little Kim. And I was like, I had to Google Little Kim like now, and I had to go like through her official website and blah blah to go through her official Instagram, which was also the same Instagram that got fucking shared. And I'm like, this can't be. This can't be.
That's Nicole Eggert today.
See, Nicole Eggert now just looks like a mom.
She just looks like a mom.
She
Yeah,
just looks like a
but-
regular,
but
like non-celebrity,
Lisa Turtle doesn't
regular
look
person.
normal.
No, Lisa.
see.
Yeah, Lisa Turtle does
This
not
looks
look
like a normal woman.
Yeah, that looks like a normal woman who was never the extremely hot
who was
fucking
never on
Playboy
Baywatch.
model.
Yeah.
When you're on Baywatch, you can only go down from there.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, Pam Anderson still fucking got it, and by
she
I mean
does.
herpes. But still,
Does she have herpes?
I
she
had
had,
forgotten how
HPV?
hot
Yeah.
Nicole Eggert was, and I put on the Super Mario Brothers show. If you remember
oh
that,
Yeah,
yes,
I do.
episode 1.
for Lincoln. 'Cause
Episode
he
1.
got really an episode 1. Nicole
Yeah.
Eggert is on there.
Yeah.
I'm like, holy fuck, Nicole Eggert!
Yep.
Like, what does she look like today? And then I
Son,
looked
get
it
out of the
up.
room.
So when
Papa needs 5 minutes.
a couple of months ago, all the Baywatch is on Amazon now.
Oh, okay.
All 10 or 20,000 seasons. And I was like, oh, we're going to revisit the Nicole Eggert years, which was like season...
It wasn't
3.
right away.
No, it was like season 3 and 4.
It was like 3 or 4.
Yeah.
I used to watch that show so much when I was a kid.
Yeah. So, yeah, Nicole Eggert.
All right, great pick.
It's
Yeah.
fantastic pick. Fantastic pick. I'm rethinking now where to put Yasmin Bleeth on my list because you just made me think of that. I completely forgot about Baywatch. And I was
I
like,
didn't forget about Yasmin Bleeth.
yeah, all right. My number 3 is Winnie from the Wonder Years.
Oh, we're
I had a
gonna
feeling she was
table
gonna be
that
on your
Okay.
because is that what we do? We
Yeah, yeah.
table it
Yeah, yeah.
because that's
Yeah, that's fine. Don't tell the number. Winnie from the Wonder Years. We'll table that. All right.
All of Baywatch is still on Prime. I'm looking at it right now.
All right.
and you know what? When you go back and look at Baywatch, you realize what a terrible show
It was a
is.
fucking terrible show.
Terrible.
But I never thought it was a good show. Even when I was a kid, I was like, this show is great because it has no talking or stories. It's
They're
just
running-
hot in
I
slow
was
motion.
I was
It's
watching an
fantastic.
episode the other day where they go to some like one of those like oil barges that they have in the middle of the ocean, and somehow they end up there, and the thing collapses, and like the CGI they used was, you could tell, done in like I don't know,
A high school
a
computer
high school
lab.
computer. It's like they didn't even
Was that on
intend.
an Apple
They didn't
II?
even intend to like make it high tech. It was kind of like, you know what it reminded me of?
Justice
See-
League.
I remember that okay, in the movie with the Spice Girls Spice World,
Of course.
when they jumped the bridge,
Yeah.
the bus, they just had a little toy. It reminded me of that. They were like, we're not even gonna try. Like,
We already got paid. The check cleared.
Yeah. All right. So number 3s were Jared Leto and My So-Called Life, Britney Spears and Life Itself, Nicole Eggert from Charles in Charge, and Winnie from the Wonder Years. All right. Number 2.
So I was torn between my number 2 and number 1.
So Natalie
Natalie Bruglia. Okay.
Good pick. Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh
I'm
no.
all out of faith.
Yes. I'm gonna go. My number 2 is David Boreanaz, aka Angel.
I knew he was going to be on your list too.
Yeah. Well, whatever.
How do you spell his last name?
Like this.
Bori. And his
Boreanaz.
Isn't there an S somewhere in there?
No.
Huh.
Okay.
Maybe.
Doesn't matter.
Angel. So again, another one that it wasn't so much about the actor, like it was blurred, leaning more on the actor. I mean, the character than the actor. Actually, I can say the same about number 1. You know what? This is what it is. Obviously, became a fan of him when he was on Buffy, and that whole fuckery of a relationship.
Did you like that show?
Yeah.
No, I never heard you talk about it. It's weird.
I haven't talked about
What
Buffy.
show is Buffy?
I haven't talked about Buffy more than I've talked about My So-Called Life.
Okay.
No?
Okay. I have a Thanksgiving Day episode that never aired that would disagree with that statement.
Nobody's perfect, okay? We've been through this.
To the listener, you haven't heard it because it was
It's a
literally
fucking
3 hours
terrible,
long.
terrible episode, which I've admitted that I literally got in my car, turned on my car, and I was like, well, I fucked up that episode for sure.
That wasn't just you. It wasn't just you.
Yeah.
There was a couple of you that was just going back and forth on, hey, how can we tell the entire episode?
Yeah, it was a
They
shot by
literally
shot
were reading.
review.
They were reading, describing every scene of
you were there.
the episode. No, David wasn't there. Were you here? No.
For the
No,
Thanksgiving episode?
because your wife was here. You guys haven't been together.
No,
Geekmore?
Once maybe. I say I knew.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to Angel.
Right.
I don't know, something about the tall, brooding, like tortured dude. What? That's like cute when you're stupid and young.
You seem to have a
You
theme.
seem to have a damaged theme.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, go
The
ahead.
quiet
What of
brooding
it?
kind.
No, that's it.
I never.
But if he has a fake beard, he's out.
Yeah. That's where I draw the. You can't be pretty.
I'm gonna
But
be honest,
Angel's super pretty.
I know. There's an exception to every rule.
I never understood why people thought he was good looking.
Because
I know that this is just me.
Yes,
no, because when you put him
Yes,
up
it is.
against,
No, he's a good-looking guy.
he's a good-looking guy.
Which is why I say I know it's just me, but I don't think he's good looking. He's got the
my God.
brooding thing. He's got the.
He was, and for a high school
He's got the
show, yeah, he had a fucking great smolder.
Yeah.
His story was fantastic on Buffy. When he got his own show, it was great the first couple seasons, then it kind of
That
tanked.
show is amazing all the way through, madam.
No.
Oh my God, Christmas.
Christmas.
Yeah. The girl on Angel. Her name was Christmas something. That's okay.
Charisma Carpenter,
Yes, I
bro.
mean my Christmas.
Nowhere near.
Nowhere near Christmas. Charisma's nowhere near Christmas.
Okay, yeah. Point.
Okay. Is it charisma with a K, motherfucker? Because unless it is, that's fucking like Christmas.
Now with a K.
Now with
Charisma
a K.
Carpenter's.
Oh, the store?
hot as f-
Are you
No,
talking-
I'm thinking Kardashian. Oh.
Ugh, no. Anyway, tall, brooding, tortured. His fucking arc on Buffy and Angel. The comic books are great, but that's a different story. And yeah, and something about like I don't know, when you're young and stupid, like that damsel in distress. Like he could fucking save your life if you were in danger. That
Is it
thing.
wrong that when I think of him, I think of the what's her name, Dido, or that video that he was in?
Oh my God.
Because that video was like on repeat on MTV over and
On
over, and on the
NVH1.
box, and I was like, oh my
Oh, the
God,
box.
Like,
Wow, I haven't thought of the box.
The
in a while.
Dido video with him. What was the song? We were talking about the song. Like,
Oh, one of the 2 songs that she has.
shut up. She has more than 2 songs. She's like 3 or 4.
She argued with me. I was like, yeah, Dido had like, she had like 2 good songs, and I could only remember 2 of them.
And I was
one
like,
of them
no,
was the
she
one
had-
with Eminem,
with Eminem, yeah.
and then the other one was White Flag, and then
White
then,
Flag
Flag.
is the
and then
video.
she was like, oh shit, and then apparently I'm wrong because she has a greatest hits album out.
Yeah, she does.
Who the fuck
Really?
knew that she has a greatest
I
hits
did.
album? Yeah, well, okay.
Her
White
only
flag,
fan on
thank
this.
you, and here with me. Those are the only songs that Google shows up.
Yeah, well,
Google sometimes is wrong, okay? Well,
if
anyway,
you go to
the point
Apple,
is,
she has her greatest hits album.
yeah. The point is that in that specific thing, I knew I was wrong, but I fucking went for it anyway. So
No, but you're not wrong because she has the greatest hits album. She obviously had more. Like, there's not. You know what I mean?
yeah, but you play. You
Like
went
Hanson
through.
doesn't have a greatest hits album out.
Oh my God!
Because
those
they are legitimate one-hit
One-hit wonders, yeah.
So they don't have a greatest hit. So I was wrong. I took that loss. I took that L. I was like, no, you're right. They have a fucking good. I haven't heard any of these songs, but fucking, what do I know? I mean, this is,
Well, they're big in Japan.
Yes.
A lot of these people, you know, they go like
Just
overseas.
like Uncle Jesse, huge in Japan.
Huge.
Forever was number one.
Oh my God, I love that song. So
That's
yes,
the Merc and Genie's wedding song, by the way.
I know.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I swear to God.
Yeah.
Somebody real used that
No,
song? as their
our
wedding song?
Jeff, our
And we put it on at my graduation party and they started dancing.
they started slow dancing.
Wow, that's awesome.
And which is weird because we put the Genie remix version and they still kept slow dancing. And I was like, whoa.
You're such a dick.
By the way, their story goes that they wanted to hire John Stamos, but he was like $5,000. And I legit was like, I would have fucking paid the
for $5,000. I would have done
because
it.
it was literally
This was before Fuller House, before it came.
Yeah, that was in his and he $5,000 and I was like,
He needed to eat.
Legit. It was $5,000 and a plate of food.
This was in the early 2000s.
What was it? $5,000 what?
$5,000 and a plate of food. You have to save him a plate of food.
Oh yeah, that's cheap.
Yes.
Yeah. Because even in his down years, I mean, he was still a pretty famous person.
Yeah.
I mean,
He was on ER for a lot of years. He's still not.
Yeah.
He was not like he's Uncle Jesse forever.
It was $5,000 and you had to buy Greek yogurt off of it. But
okay.
Anyway,
That's a bargain.
I thought it was a fucking. I was like, and he goes, "Nah, we decided not to do it." And whenever Jeff tells a story, I always shake my head at him and go, "I would have fucking done it." Yeah. Like, you're already
I'm sure
spending
he
fucking.
regrets
God knows how much money you're spending on a wedding, but $5,000.
Let's have Uncle Jesse at your wedding.
Yeah.
singing your wedding song.
Even if it's for one song, even if it's just for
I mean,
one
how many
song.
songs are you gonna sing?
Yeah, I mean, no, because he did the Beach Boys, and he could play. You know, he has a band.
Elvis.
So I don't know if I don't know if he has like a band. I don't know if he brings a band with him or if it's just him. I don't know the details. I just know that Jeff has told me it was like $5,000 to
Email
get
him.
Uncle
Isn't
Jesse.
isn't it UncleJesse@gmail.com? Isn't that his email?
No, it's UncleJesse@AOL.net.
Oh, so in other words,
he's an AOL kind of guy.
It wasn't
bro.
Uncle Jesse and the Rippers. You were just getting
This is
Uncle Jesse.
Yeah.
Wait, my email is still AOL.
Yeah.
Like, what?
No, your story checks out from after your number 4 pick.
So that was my number 2, David Boreanaz's Angel.
All
I
right.
love him. I love him still.
Dave?
My number 2, maybe tabled, Tiffany Amber Thiessen.
Oh, let's talk about that. Well, is it tabled?
No, that was on my original list.
Oh, okay. All right.
She was
Kelly
number 1 on my
Kapowski.
original
Yeah,
list.
Kelly Kapowski is
Legit, my
like
first.
one of like the first 10s I ever encountered in my life. Like she's
aged well.
Oh my God! Yes, she
Fucking
has.
Flawless.
Yes, she has.
So gorgeous.
Do you remember a few years ago when they did the reunion on Jimmy Fallon?
Yes.
It's like, did all these people sign pacts with the devil? I mean,
She was pregnant at that thing
Yeah.
too. She was pregnant, I think.
Yeah.
But she, like, I follow her on Instagram. One of the few. I don't want to say few, but one of the few celebrities that aren't like active now. Like, you know, she like wrote a cookbook. She's big into a cookbook. Like, that's, you know what I mean. But I follow her because of what she did 30 years ago. Like,
Yeah.
let's be honest. I'm not fucking like I follow The Rock because of what he's doing now. I follow Tiffany Amber Thiessen. She's legit. Like, yeah. You ever seen that movie? I'm posing this question to the guys in the room. You ever seen that movie Harlem Nights with Eddie Murphy?
Yeah.
All right.
It's been a long time.
So there's a scene in that movie where one of the guys,
Richard Pryor, right?
yeah, Richard Pryor's in it, right? Red Fox. So there's a scene in the movie where the white mobsters are trying to come over, trying to take over Black Harlem and all the businesses, all the illegal businesses, the bootleg or whatever from the black business owners such as Richard Pryor, but. Their plan, the black guys' plans are to like, and one of the plans is to make one of the lieutenants of the white mob fall in love with one of the prostitutes, and the prostitute's name is Sunshine, because she got a pussy so fine they throw it up in the air and it looks like sunshine. Right there we go. Long story to get to the point that there's a scene in the movie where Richie, the white guy, after he has sex with his wife, after he has sex with the prostitute with Sunshine. He calls home, and it's one of those old-timey phones where you have to put the earpiece or whatever and the mouthpiece separate. And he says, "Hey, yeah, it's your dad. It's your daddy. Put your mother on the phone." And he goes, "Yeah, it's Richie. Yeah, I ain't never coming home again." And click, he hangs up the phone. And my favorite part of that is not only that, but then he just stares. He does this thing where he just goes, "Yeah." Like he's very confident in the decision he just made that he's left his wife for this woman. That's how in love with her. That's what I call every time I see a woman who's so beautiful that I'll call my wife and be like, "Hey, I'm never coming home again."
Right.
Tiffany Amber Thiessen is one of those women that I'll be like, "I ain't never coming home again."
Yeah.
In fact, you lose my number. This shit ain't gonna work out.
Kelly Kapowski.
Shit ain't working out, man.
Yeah.
Kelly Kapowski is the fucking amazing. Her eyes, dude. If you see her eyes, her eyes are stunning. Even now, oh, amazing. She's hot.
Whoa.
And then the other thing was that on the show, she was always so nice. Like she was perfect.
Right.
Do you remember
Like
that?
she not that she never fucked up, but like
She cheated on
She
Zach.
cheated on Zach
Right.
with Jeff.
With-
I mean,
with a
but
teacher.
but she owned up to it right away. She did.
No, he caught her.
No.
He caught her.
She got busted.
Yeah,
Yeah.
when she got busted, she
and then
owned
they had
up
that
to it.
final
Oh yeah,
dance.
that's how it happens.
They had that final dance to "How am I supposed to live without you?"
Yeah.
No, they were
And
they were
Jeff
costumes,
stood her up.
right?
Jeff stood her up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Remember that one season? Her and Jesse weren't there.
Yeah, that
Oh,
they
that was the
brought in.
Showgirl season.
Yeah. Tori.
They brought in
Tori.
Tori. Yeah.
Yeah.
They
That
brought her for
girl.
like 6 episodes.
Yeah, I'm like, who the hell's that?
yeah. And did it do any backup? Like, oh, she's the
No,
Mr.
they-
Belding's cousin. Like, no.
No, it was a new
She's just
student.
here.
They didn't explain
No, there was a new
Lisa.
student. She's a new student. She has a motorcycle. She parked in Zach's spot.
Yeah, but they didn't explain
Yeah, but
Kelly
they
and
didn't
Jesse.
Yeah,
not
they
being
didn't
there.
explain why.
Oh no, Kelly was at. Kelly was. She was from the calendar shoot that they had done for the school. She got a modeling job in Paris for the summer.
And how about Jesse?
So why are they
I
in
don't know who
school
that
if
is.
it's summer?
I don't know who that is.
She was in Vegas
In
stripping.
Vegas stripping.
Waterboarding
Yeah.
herself during sex.
Still haven't seen that movie.
You've never seen Showgirls?
You know,
seen
you don't
Showgirls.
have to.
Actually, I think you should.
Yeah.
I think that should be a rod or not.
Okay.
Let me find out the score so you can
Oh,
bitch
no,
about
it's definitely
Sister
rotten.
Act
It's
2.
definitely rotten.
No, I know, but
You know the thing about Showgirls? Well, you've seen it.
Yeah.
Is that's the type of movie that when I watch, I go, I wonder what was
They
the
were
original idea
Yeah, yeah.
and how we ended up with this.
Yeah.
Like, how did this
Like,
disaster?
what's the path? What's the
Yeah.
path that led to this?
Yeah. Like,
There's a good movie somewhere there.
What is it? What's the score? 22%.
Oh, okay. So it qualifies.
Sister Act 2 is 7% my friend.
wow.
7%
Less than-
I have yet to find another movie, another movie that is legitimately good. Because Sister Act 2 is legitimately good. 7%, David.
David.
Oh, no,
7%.
nah.
It's a good
Are you
movie.
saying? Are you saying
I
Showgirls is better than fucking Sister Act 2, my friend? No, that's how bad. I'm like,
The
I don't.
sex scenes in Showgirls is better than Sister Act 2.
Sister Act? Is that
Sister
the
Act.
porn
Sister Act
parody?
Wait, did we see the same sex scenes in Showgirls?
Yeah.
I think the
It's
sex
about
scenes.
half an hour. The movie.
I think the sex scenes are awful. They're not like erotic. They're not
one,
hot.
The one in the
Only when you think
pool
she's gonna
is
die
not
because she's
good,
waterboarding.
but
Why?
the other
Because she's
ones-
waterboarding herself?
Yeah, but the other ones are good.
Dave. What?
All right. I mean, I haven't seen the movie, so I have no racism. I have no-
Also, I haven't seen this
I think
movie
it's
in
on
15
Hulu,
years.
actually.
She's always storming out of rooms. She's always eating hamburgers.
mispronouncing
Versace.
Versace.
Yeah. Her and Crystal hate each other, and there's not really why they do.
Yeah, there's Gina Gershon. There's
Oh,
there's that
Gina.
to watch for.
You know what?
So.
Gina Gershon is a yeah.
She would have been.
Did I just fuck
Oh
up?
no! Because
You just
she's not-
reminded
She's
people
not
of-
a childhood crush, but she and
Oh,
what
she
was
was
it?
a
Wild
childhood
Things.
crush. Yeah,
Yeah, Wild Things. Yeah.
Was she on Wild Things? I remember on Wild Things.
I don't
No,
remember.
Wild Things.
No, she was on
Denise
U-turn
Richards
or
and-
Wrong Turn.
No.
Nev Campbell.
Bound, wasn't it?
Bound, maybe. Yeah.
Hold on.
The one that she makes out with the other girl.
Yes, that's with oh my god, from the Chucky movies.
I just got two lesbian scenes confused.
Yeah, because Wild Things is Denise Richards and Neve Campbell.
You're wrong.
No, Bound is Jennifer Tilly
Yes.
And Gina Gershon.
Yes.
Yeah,
She's in Bound. Yeah, Bound.
I said from the Chucky
Oh,
movies.
yes,
Chucky
yes,
movies,
yes,
Yeah,
yes.
I
Bound,
forgot her name.
Showgirls. She was in Red Heat.
Bound has 82% on Rotten.
Bound's a legit movie, though.
Yeah, but is it better than Sister Act 2?
But that's a legit movie.
So,
Like, I'm
Kel-
talking
back
about
to
movies that
Kelly
are rotten.
Kapowski.
Yeah, back to Kelly Kapowski.
She's your all-American
Yeah.
beautiful girl.
Yeah, but then she took the role of Valerie and she was naughty for a couple seasons.
Oh,
Yeah.
90210?
Yeah.
I don't know. But I'm still okay with it. Because,
It worked.
I wanted her to
couldn't-
be naughty.
All right.
preach. Yeah. Preach. Church.
That's a good pick.
Yeah, solid pick.
That was my number
yeah.
one in episode 8. Spoiler alert for those of you who are going to go back to episode 8.
I thought I was going to get shit for putting her at number 2 instead of number 1.
I mean, I know who your number 1 is, so I get it. I understand. At least I've called it. Me and
Yeah. You're probably right.
saying. But all right, so we're at, let me see here. All right, Deej, number 2.
My number 2 is the one we tabled, Winnie Cooper.
Winnie Cooper, right?
Nice.
So we can talk about her now?
Yeah, absolutely.
So Winnie Cooper, did you guys see The Wonder Years?
Okay, so I've never seen Wonder Years.
What?
Dave, you're the biggest viejo I know, and you've never
I
seen
know.
Wonder.
I've not,
Wow.
and Stephanie tells me all the time whenever it comes up in conversation, I can't believe
You would be the last person I know that you
Right?
would have. Like, I thought you would have been
it's
all
right
over
up my
it.
alley. I've just for one reason or another, I've never gotten around to seeing it.
That show, I mean, obviously it's a coming of age show and all that, but Winnie Cooper, it's funny because it's not even like in a sexual way. She was like
The girl next door. Literally, the girl next
but
door.
like the perfect like crush. She was sweet. She was cute,
Smart.
I mean, I remember like it's like, okay, I want a little girlfriend like that. Like,
Yeah. And then she grew up to look how she looks now, and you go, oh, no, I really want a wife like that.
yeah, and you know what's great about her?
Oh, yeah,
aged well.
she's hot now.
She's aged well. She looks great, and she's smart as hell. She's like a mathematician.
Oh, really?
She's written books up for children, like to get them to math and all that. Smart girl.
Yeah.
Smart girl. Winnie Cooper.
Or a woman, whatever.
Color.
Whatever you want to say. She's legit. She's hot as fuck.
She was on Dancing with the Stars. She did really well.
She was on How I Met Your Mother, right?
Yes. She was on
She
season
did
one.
a Christmas movie for Hallmark this year.
She did two.
She's in that Hallmark.
Has she done good
movies.
things?
She does 2 movies. On she did 2 episodes on How I Met Your Mother. One of which she ended up doing a threesome with Ted and another hot chick that always plays that.
Was she the one
That girl from Dawson's Creek? Remember that blonde chick from Dawson's Creek? Not the main.
Not Michelle Williams.
No, somebody who could act.
Michelle Williams can
face.
act.
I'm sorry, I meant well. I apologize. I'm sorry, there was confusion there.
So you're not gonna watch Fosse and Verdon. Got it.
That is. I don't know what you're talking
Never
about.
Winnie
mind.
Cooper on How I Met Your Mother. Is she the one that they used the crazy eyes?
No, she's the one that there was a pineapple in the room. They couldn't figure out what happened.
Yes.
You
Okay.
guys like how that show ended?
No. But
I'm still watching it.
He's
No
still
spoilers.
finishing the
I'm
season.
literally on season 5 right now.
But I'm like, I'm like, girl, you haven't finished. So I
but
can
nobody
bitch.
likes the way it ended apparently. So I get it. I'm expecting not to
Vanessa
like it.
said that she's okay with it, but because she binged it and she
She said that she's okay with the show, that she doesn't hate the show. She said that the last that she understands why people don't like the last season because it wasn't great, it wasn't good.
The problem is that if you binge that show, I think it's the same thing that happens if, like, I know a couple people who binge Game of Thrones. You don't go on that emotional roller coaster that you go through all these years.
Yeah,
for these
I
characters.
think I think
There's
that's what I'm
less
saying.
of an investment.
Yeah,
there.
I think if you binge it, I think that's why I'm okay. Like I'm on season 5, and we were talking. Dave and I were talking earlier, and he was like, "Oh, that's the season I hate," and I'm like, "Well, this episode was good." He goes, "Okay, that one was good," and I'm like, "That one was good." He's like, "Yeah." So I named like three of the 8 episodes that I've seen in season 5 that were legitimately really good, and then I was like, I don't because again, I'm not waiting week to week, and I'm not waiting years. To
Speaking of Game of Thrones, and I'll digress a little bit. So how about a couple of friends that started binging
The
now
Dragon, he's on my list.
before now, and one of them, he started watching, he got really into it, and he calls me. He's like, "Oh, I'm at the end of season 1, and I can't wait for Ned to get out of jail and kick ass."
Oh no. Poor
I was like,
guy.
"Oh."
Did you tell him like, call me when you're done?
I tried to like refrain all
Has he
emotion.
not gone on the internet?
No, but that's
8
what I'm
years.
saying. I was saying this yesterday on Woo Bro. I'd say I didn't get into Game of Thrones until 5 seasons later, and I legitimately put this is like 2-3 years ago, and I legitimately put, "Oh my God, Ned Stark died," and people were like, "How the fuck did you not know that?" I'm like, because I wasn't watching it, so I had no reason to pay attention or remember.
No, but the reason I mentioned that is because like he watched the entire show in like less than a month, and
Yeah.
like for example, when the Red Wedding happened, I was like, "So what did you think?" That he was like, "Oh yeah, they killed everyone," and I'm
No.
like, I mean,
Oh no!
I had a different experience.
I binged watched that show for 5 seasons, and when I saw the Red Wedding, I literally had to take a break.
Yep.
Because mentally, I was like, I can't. I went to the gym, and this was before like Neri goes to the gym fucking era, and I was like, I gotta fucking exercise these demons out of my fucking head. It was fucked me up.
I
man.
watched.
We saw that at my place, right?
No, sir. I binged 6 seasons of Game of Thrones in like 6 weeks. I'm like, I invest into these stories like if they're real. So I did fucking suffer, and I also had to take a break after the wedding. Now because
I invest so much that I last week, no lie, 3 nights last week I had dreams with certain cast members of How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah.
Legit.
I couldn't.
Like that's how much I invest.
Well,
I'm like,
if we're-
Robin, we can't do this anymore. And I'm like, what the fuck am I
on
going on
Sunday
here?
night I didn't sleep well either because I was just fucking thinking of the premiere all night. But because
we're digressing
well,
heavily.
but hold on, I just want to say that we're talking about Game of
Let her
Thrones.
digress. Come on.
All I was gonna say was
We're talking about
I knew
TV
that their
crushes
red
here.
wedding was
Bad.
a big deal. I didn't know why, but I knew it was a holy shit moment. And then I watched and I was like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
I gotta go to the
Yeah.
gym too.
I binged 5 seasons of Orphan Black in like 2 weeks.
Oh,
I've heard that show's heavy.
That show's heavy as
That
fuck.
show
huh?
is awesome. And when I was
No,
done with
I saw season 1. That's not with the twins, right? That's what the duplicates and stuff.
Yeah, the clones.
The clones. I
the
saw
show
season,
is insane.
Season 1 is amazing. She should win every fucking Emmy every
Everything.
fucking year.
No. You saw season 1?
I saw season
it
1.
only gets more complicated
No,
from
I
there.
said season 1, and I saw like the first 2 or 3 episodes of season 2. Not only because of just life got in the way, but it was like legit. I was like, this is an amazing.
I watched all 50 episodes in like 10 days.
I thought when you said Orphan Black, for some reason I thought you meant Black Mirror, and I was like,
No,
I
no.
heard that show's deep.
That show is awesome.
Black Mirror, I binged the first season. I haven't gotten back to it, not because I didn't like it. I loved it. I just haven't
amazing.
had an opportunity.
Black
I just
Mirror,
heard it's heavy.
Black Mirror
It is.
messes with your mind.
yeah, so
big
I'm like,
time.
you don't want to.
Those 3 episodes I saw, because they're like an hour and a half long episodes.
Did you see the Bear Run? The one with everybody with the phone?
No, I saw the first season was the Prime Minister and the Pig.
Yeah.
Wow.
The guy running to get on the show.
The show, the reality show, and then the one with the iDVRs.
Oh, yeah. They could
my
rewind
God.
everything. Yeah. So, anyway,
So
Winnie Cooper.
So Winnie Cooper.
Winnie Cooper. So, that's our
So I have to watch one of yours.
Yeah.
My number 2 is Barbara Eden from I Dream of Jeannie.
Ah,
Wow.
Yeah.
And here you were making fun of me with Mae West.
did
Well,
not expect that from you.
I was a
Great pick.
like when I was a kid, I would watch these old shows, including Bewitched, including I Love Lucy, and I would watch these old shows. And I Dream of Jeannie. I was a child. I was probably 7 or 8 years old, going like this. Like I was mesmerized with her midriff showing. I'm like, this was what sex is, right? That's what sex is. Just like, it's amazing.
Amazing.
It was amazing. You had a beautiful woman. The fucking the theme song was amazing, and she granted wishes to a man who she called master. I'm like, sign me the fuck up, sir.
What is there not to love about this?
What
right?
is there not to love about this show? Oh my god.
Missy, do you have opinions?
No, I don't. He's just doing it to make me mad.
Well, I mean,
This is a man
I
who-
did describe the show. I'm not really adding anything to it. This really is.
Elizabeth Montgomery and Barbara Eden. That's a nice
Yeah,
60s.
I don't think
Duo.
it came. I don't think it came hotter than them two in the '60s as far as TV goes. TV.
There was
Talking TV,
no,
not
there was
movies,
there was a little show called Gilligan's Island that had some 2 fucking stunning women.
Was that '70s though?
I don't know. You tell me. Isn't that your era?
Pretty sure it was '70s. I think it was Gilligan's Island was early '70s. I could be wrong.
I thought it the same. Maybe you're right. I think that's the same era to me. To me, that's all the same. 60s and 70s is the same.
64.
Gilligan's Island.
Oh yeah, 64 to 67. I'm
Yeah.
wrong.
But here's the thing: you put Barbara Eden. Like I think Barbara Eden is the hottest one of all 4 of those women who we just mentioned.
I would probably go with Elizabeth Montgomery, but there's no wrong answer here.
Yeah, you're right. But Barbara Eden showed her belly button. So
Yeah, there you go.
Samantha didn't.
Samantha was like, "Oh, I mean,
She was after Darren number 1 and Darren number 2.
who look exactly the same as the other. They look exactly the same but different."
Yeah.
What
Like,
a coincidence that both of their names were Dick.
Yeah,
Dick York and Dick Sargent.
yeah,
Wait, the actors?
yeah. The actors' names were Dick York and Dick Sargent.
Yeah.
And they changed it from
They
season 1.
planned that.
After season 1, they got rid of one, and then the next one, but they never. It was like that. Oh, this is Darren. It's just always been Darren. And TV audiences were like, "Yes, you're right. It is always been Darren." There was never a fucking. That was back in the days when TV was fucking law. Whatever TV said was accurate.
Yeah.
We're like, yeah, that's it. That's correct.
That makes sense.
That's like when fucking Hulk Hogan, like WrestleMania 3, Hulk Hogan and what's his name?
Andre the Giant.
They've never wrestled against each other.
But
Actually, yeah, they did a bunch of times, and they're like, no, they didn't, and you go, oh wow, they've never wrestled
I
against each
can't
other.
believe it. Imagine that. That was so weird.
they pulled the same shit in the old Adventures of Superman.
So new.
With
So
George
new.
Reeves.
Yeah,
Lois Lane. That's always been Lois Lane.
it's always been Lois Lane.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Lois.
On Viv? Oh, no.
Oh my god, that was a terrible. Like that was a harsh switch.
And they didn't even pick a woman that looked like
At
her.
all.
Not
Like, you couldn't
even.
It was
even,
like
their
light skin and
cousins.
Viv.
They went complete opposite.
I think we all agree
Is
that
she shorter?
and Viv number 1 was better.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
I think so too, man. But they didn't
That
like
also
each other
happened in
at
Family
all.
Matters.
But they did, yeah.
Yes.
But Family
Last season, right?
Family Matters wasn't the same thing. Family Matters, they didn't do a switch. Family Matters, they just sent the sister to her room, and she never came back down.
She started doing porn.
And she started doing porn. I know.
No, with the mom.
No, they switched the mom
They switched the
too.
mom.
Because she died, I think.
No.
right?
No.
What happened to the
The
mom?
one
I
that
forgot the mom.
died,
They
the one
told her
that
to stay
Is
home.
the girlfriend.
the friend that she was on the Cosby Show, she died.
No, the girlfriend.
The girlfriend,
Right.
yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
you said the friend, right? It's a
But
girl.
the mom, they switched when the show became science fiction, like in the last season. That
Yeah.
that Urkel
Stefan,
would
yeah.
become Stefan
Yeah.
and all that
Right.
stuff. Really science fiction.
Right.
The real actress said,
was
"I've had enough of this shit." And she left the show.
Yeah.
And then they hired whoever they hired.
Oh, that's fucking.
Nobody
okay.
would remember.
Nobody. All right. So, Barbara Eden, man, I dream of Jeannie. I mean,
Yeah.
I was a legit child thinking thoughts. I didn't even know what I was thinking. I was just like, just
This
things.
is, my favorite thing that you said was, "This is sex, right?"
This is sex, right? This is like this is what the adults talk about when they talk about like. I would just see her and think this is the most beautiful woman I've ever seen in my
sex.
life. Yeah.
She was stunning
Yeah.
for sure. Oh, schism.
So number 2s were David Boreanaz for Angel, Tiffany Amber Thiessen, Saved by the Bell, Whitney from Wonder Years, and Barbara Eden from I Dream of Jeannie. All right. Do we have any honorable mentions? I'll check the Facebooks.
You know, it was an honorable mention of mine, although I wasn't a kid when she was big. Do you guys remember Nikki Cox?
Do
The
I?
redhead.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
love her.
Oh
She
my
married Jay
god!
Moore.
Oh my god!
She married Jay Moore, comedian, and she did not age well. No
Oh,
offense.
no?
I know she hasn't. She hasn't. She was on some stupid ass show that I
Vegas.
used to watch.
Vegas.
No,
Las
before
Vegas.
Vegas. Before Vegas, she was.
She still looked good on Vegas.
Yeah, on Vegas. She still looked good.
No, she still looked good up until like maybe 8 years ago, 9 years
but she
ago.
kind of like
Are you going to your
disappeared.
page or the Geekmore page?
I'm going to my personal Facebook.
All right, I'll
So-
pull up the Geekmore one.
Yeah.
Are we just doing like we're just gonna shout out our honorable mentions?
Sure. Brian Coronado has Winona Ryder from Beetlejuice, Christina Ricci from Addams Family, Jennifer Connelly from Labyrinth, and Elvira from Elvira's movie Macabre. Macabre.
Oh yeah.
Karen didn't understand the question at first and was hitting me with Chris Evans and Tom Hardy, and I was like, "What fucking fucked up childhood did you have?"
She could see into the future.
I was like, "Were you in a coma that you just fucking saw? You woke up late and you're still mentally a child?"
Were you in a coma?
So she goes. Her thing was Mark Wahlberg, JT, who ends up being who is that? I don't know who she ended up. JT, Andrew Keegan, and Mark Paul Gosselaar.
Andrew Keegan.
Andrew Keegan is the guy from 10 Things I Hate About You, the douchebag.
Yeah, I know.
He ended up being in a cult,
That's so weird.
and now he does crystal yoga. He sells crystals and shit. Yeah, that's a thing.
What's crystal yoga? Like you
he
do
did
yoga in front
but
of
like,
crystal?
in crystals, and like you center your chi to, and these crystals center you and all this bullshit.
Yeah, it adds to your aura.
Yeah.
I didn't think he was pretty.
And actually, you don't think he was pretty? I think he was fucking gorgeous.
he
Q
was
agrees.
too pretty.
Yeah, you just said I don't.
You
think
said
he
you
was
like
pretty.
Leonardo
No,
DiCaprio
I'm
in
just saying.
Titanic.
I let the finish. He goes, I don't think he was pretty. He was too pretty. I'm like,
Leonardo
what?
DiCaprio in Titanic
I
was
meant-
prettier than most girls. Like,
It's true.
Legit.
No. What I meant to say was I don't think he's cute. Like I didn't think he was cute back then.
So Stephen Platt put Lori Loughlin. Can't disagree, man. I'm Becky.
She's
Even now,
gorgeous.
still fucking hot. In that Prison Orange, oh.
Orange is the new Becky.
I can't wait to see her on the next season of Orange is the New Black.
Oh my god.
You're not guilty.
Of course, because she's rich. Christy Carlson Romano. I don't know who that is.
Oh, from Even Stevens.
Okay. Amy Jo Johnson. And number 1, Mary Tyler Moore. Holy fuck, this guy's old.
She was hot.
I agree.
Yeah, really hot. Yeah.
I don't think she was really hot. I think she was
There was something about her.
personality.
Yeah. Humor.
Honorable mentions: Tiffany Amber Thiessen, Britney Spears, and Hilary Duff.
Oh, Lizzie McGuire.
Yeah, I didn't even think about Hilary Duff, but yeah.
Dave Siegel has an amazing list unamazing. I mean, honorable mention to his entire.
I'm just
fucking
afraid
list.
one of the honorable mentions is going to be my number
No,
one.
but you don't say it. If
Yeah,
it
yeah,
is, you just skim
Go
over
with the
it.
flow.
Dave Siegel put Alyssa Milano from Who's the Boss.
Yep.
Heather Graham from License to Drive. Phoebe Cates
Kate was big.
from Linda from Fast Times at Richmond High, and Jessica
Gremlins.
Rabbit.
Yeah. Jessica Rabbit.
Jessica Rabbit.
I had her as an
She's
honorable
aged
mention, but
really
now that
well.
I could just take her off my honorable mention list
Yeah.
now.
Will Watkins asked if his list can be animated Disney characters, and I said I don't know why not, because some of our panel members are gonna have the animated chick from Heavy Metal, so go have at it. Vanessa Sayans put JTT.
Go. JTT had to come out.
Yeah.
It's something.
Devon Swawa.
Devin
Devin
Casper.
Swallow. Yeah.
Casper, right.
Can I keep you?
And she put in parentheses, yes, he can keep me. Leonardo DiCaprio and Ryder Strong.
Man, I'm surprised nobody's mentioned the New Kids on the Block.
Who's Ryder Strong?
from Boy Meets World.
Sean, thank you. Honorable mention to my girl crushes, which are Topanga. She wanted her. I'm like, whoa, word. All right. Melissa Joan Hart. I wanted her Room and Clothes. And Alex Mack. Man, I don't know who that is.
Adventures of Alex Mack.
By the way, Tarna is the name of the animated woman from
Melissa Joan Hart. I thought she was cute, and Clarissa Explains It All.
Mm-hmm.
But then
you didn't like her in the Sabrina Teenage Witch days.
Soleil Moonfry looked really good. Punky Brewster.
Oh,
so they-
She looked really good in the.
she's an honorable mention of mine. She almost made my list because she's an honorable mention.
Well, let's get to the Geekmore one. Do you have more?
No, go ahead.
The Geekmore list. We've got Q from. I just blanked out. The fuck's the name of the podcast?
Talking Geek.
Talking Geek. Thank you. Wow. I need the spring break really badly. Jonathan Taylor Thomas, Tiffany Amber Thiessen, Mark Paul Gossler, Jordan Knight, honorable mentions to Ryder Strong, Devin Sawa,
I was
and
like, wait for
Molly
it.
Ringwald. I knew she was going to have Molly Ringwald on there because we talked about her love for redheads. Which episode was that?
I don't know.
I can't remember. I think you were here. I can't remember now. Whatever. Jemiah Leonard has number 4, Sarah Michelle Gellar. Number 3, Keisha Pullman Knight. Number 2, Danica
cute, Rudy.
McKellar.
I don't know who those people were.
Yeah, I don't know who Keisha Pullman Knight
Rudy.
is.
Rudy.
From
Cosby.
the Cosby Show.
Oh, okay.
She
Gotcha.
grew up hot.
Yeah.
She's is it Jamia?
When
Yeah.
she ended up on the Boys to Men video, she was good.
I was reading another list, so I didn't know that Jamia was answering. But when I noticed all these people were black, I'm like, oh, this must be Jamia, because all his picks are black people, and for every list, every list. That's no, he has another one up there.
Sarah Michelle Gellar, Keisha Pullman Knight.
I'm gonna go ahead and guess
Danica
Keisha is
McKellar.
black.
Honorable mentions. Okay, Lisa Bonet, Tiffany Amber Thiessen, Mary J. Blige, Lisa, and
From the Cult Champ? Okay. Sure.
number 1, Halle Berry.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Number
Love you, Jamia.
next one. Yeah, that's a
But
good
childhood
list.
crushes?
No, Halle.
Like-
It's not.
That's what I'm thinking about. Like that's what I'm trying to think about. Like Halle Berry. When Jamia, how old are you that you're watching this? The Halle Berry, and I'm asking
Maybe
him.
it's the Flintstones.
You know what?
I'm
though?
asking
Halle
him
Berry
because
has been around longer than people remember.
Oh no, I remember her
She's been
from
around-
Baps. I remember from from
Even before that, she was in the spin-off of Who's a Boss.
what?
Really?
Yes, she was. There was a spin-off of Who's a Boss called Living Dolls, which was the spin-off for Leah Remini. Remember Leah Remini
Right,
was
right.
her best friend? And it was, the spin-off was about models. And one of the models was Halle Berry.
I do remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember.
This was
Halle
like
Berry,
88, 89.
But I do remember the spinoff. Yeah.
All right.
I didn't know that. I remember Halle Berry from Baps and from Flintstones.
Flintstones, yeah, for
and
sure.
there was I remember that. You never saw
Boomerang.
Baps was actually a good
No, I
movie.
never saw that.
And
Boomerang.
Boomerang. Yes, Boomerang.
My lovely wife Stephanie has Freddie Prinze Jr. Number 4. Number 3 is Luke Perry. Number 2 is Devin Sawa. Honorable mentions to Will Smith, Ryan Phillippe, Mario Lopez, and number 1
Bro, Mario
Leo
Lopez.
DiCaprio.
I'm
He's another vampire.
I'm as straight as they come, but holy fuck, dude. I see Mario Lopez and I'm like,
He looks even better now than he did back then.
So because he has a better haircut.
Yeah, that's
But
it.
he looks exactly the same, just with a better hairstyle. I'm
does.
like,
They didn't
holy
work
fuck.
Z Cavaricci's anymore.
Oh my god, those Z Cabarigis.
And we've got Alex Matthew.
He wears the fuck out of those Z Cabarigis.
Allison from Hocus Pocus. Number 3, Meredith from Last Action Hero. Number 2, Vanessa Kensington from Austin Powers. And number 1, Sloane Mother Effin Peterson from Ferris Bueller. Yes.
Yeah, preach.
Mia Sarah. So
Yeah,
fucking
Mia Sarah from
hot.
Time Cop. Straight up.
So hot.
Yeah.
So honorable mentions, Missy?
Did you read Quills?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Super simple. Ryder Strong, Jason Priestley, and Luke Perry. Done.
Oh, okay.
And that's it. I couldn't come up with any more. Dylan McKay and Brandon Walsh. Good time.
Okay.
It was like inappropriate for me to have a crush on them when I was a kid because I was a child and they were like in college. But whatever.
All right.
So I've got Melissa Joan Hart, Danielle Fishel from your Boy Meets World.
She's an honorable mention.
Yeah.
I told you who his number 1 was going to be.
I know.
Number 3 on my honorable mention list is Jerry Halliwell.
Oh yes,
Spicy Spice.
we're Ginger Spice. We're gonna be. We're gonna.
I fucked up once and because I wasn't into the Spice Girls and they're like, name them. And out the gate, I was like, Spicy Spice. I meant Ginger Spice.
Yeah. Wow. Oh my God. She still looks fucking stunning. And another one that I am still so into, Gillian Anderson
Yeah,
from the X-Files.
She's an honorable mention?
That's who I thought your number
Gillian
1 was.
Oh, really?
That's
Oh,
right.
shit.
I was going back and like I told you, like you can take my numbers 1 through 4 and really my honorable mentions and like just order them whatever way you want and would still be accurate. But Gillian Anderson was on my list until like the moment we started recording.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Cool.
I
kinda wanna rush through my number
love
1 now.
Gillian Anderson. Love Gillian Anderson.
But do you love her?
Oh my God.
He's fond of her.
Yeah.
Do you live?
Yeah. Let's just say we could measure my love for Gillian Anderson.
Oh, come on. You made
boy.
it weird.
Awkward.
You made it weird.
I'm fine with
So
it.
my honorable mentions. Well,
I'm fine with it.
you mentioned one Britney Spears. You know, who I really liked when I was a kid, and I mean, she was much older because the show's from the '70s. Maureen McCormick from Brady Bunch. Marsha.
Yeah.
Marsha was one little hot blonde. I mean, you look at her now, and she looks like a girl that would like be around now. I thought she was pretty hot. I'm gonna say Demi Lovato because I just love Demi Lovato and I think she's like the world's hottest girl.
I agree.
Like, even
She
though
is hot.
it's,
I
I just
would-
want to
yep.
put that out there.
Yes, sir.
Childhood crush?
No, it's not. I just
childhood
wanted to
crush.
put Demi Lovato out there.
He would feel wrong if he didn't stick to his truth. He's speaking his truth.
So
Okay.
Okay.
All right. I'm sorry. My honorable mentions are Nicole Eggert and who do we talk about? Who do we mention now? From Baywatch. Yasmin Bleak.
Oh, Yasmin Bleak.
Yeah. Oh, and Christina Ricci. Not Christina Ricci. Christina Applegate.
Applegate.
From.
oh my God, yes,
From-
yes.
I had
Married
to
with
kick
Children?
her off.
Yes,
I had
yes,
to kick her off my
yes.
honorable mention list to keep it to 4.
She was on my list until we started having this conversation around somebody's number 2. It hit me. I'm like, oh fuck, I forgot somebody. And
I think people sometimes forget how hot she was on Married with Children.
I've never forgotten.
yeah, I never forgot that. That's like hashtag never forget.
Yes.
Hashtag never forget how hot Christina Applegate is.
Yeah.
I got it.
End of hashtag.
But are you going to forget?
Never. Forget what? So that's my honorable mentions. Number 1's Missy.
Actually, I want to do one more honorable mention. Maybe you guys remember. Do you remember Bobby? Her name, I know her name was Bobby Brown, who was the model for the video "She's My Cherry Pie." You guys don't remember that?
Oh, I remember
She's
the song.
my
but
cherry pie.
No, I know the song.
Is
I
that
don't
Bobby Brown
remember
or
the
Cheap-
video.
Cheap Trick?
No. It was a rock. It was like a rock band.
I think isn't that Cheap Trick?
Yeah,
no, Cheap Trick didn't do Cherry Pie.
Warren.
Maybe Warren. I think it was Warren.
Yeah. I came out to that song a couple times. on stage. She's my.
Yeah.
I came out to that song. One of the times that I came out to that song was a private gig, and I didn't know what it was at the Improv, but I didn't know what the private gig was about until during the show. I'm on stage and I see a sign in the back that they have like banners or whatever, and it's for like raising. It's for a women's center against physical abuse, and I came out to a stripper song. Yeah, that's fantastic.
Are you serious?
I swear to God, but it was totally unplanned, and the show went. They didn't the show went great. It didn't, but it was funny to me. I was like, oh man.
Now that you said that,
Yeah.
another honorable mention, although I wasn't a kid, is one of the greatest movies of all time, Piper Perabo and Coyote Ugly.
Yes, I just bought that movie
Missy
2
hates
weeks
that
ago.
movie.
I have no shame. I love that movie.
Yeah, I paid $19.99 for the fucking digital copy of that movie.
That movie is
Like,
still worth
2 weeks
$19.99.
ago. I waited months for it to drop. It didn't budge, and I was like, you know what? I got a bonus. I'll go ahead and get spend the $20.
I don't remember that video, but do you remember the Whitesnake video?
Is
With
this
Tawny
love?
Katane?
Yeah.
No, not that one. It was what's the other Whitesnake song? I'm drawing a blank now.
Well, they have a Christian album now, right?
Here I Go Again.
Oh, here I go
with
again.
Tawny Katane dancing
That's the one
on the
that
cars.
she was like, yes, that one,
with the white dress.
Yes,
yeah.
the lacy.
Yeah. Going down the only road I've ever known.
Cherry Pie's Warrant. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, good memory on that one.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good song.
Yeah.
What's that Whitesnake one? Did we talk about?
Here I Go Again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Literally.
No,
Okay,
what was the one that goes? Is this love?
That
That I'm feeling.
There's an Amazon commercial right now with that song.
Yeah.
You've seen it, where she's like getting all sexy on the chair and she's like daydreaming.
Correct.
Yeah,
Who was the original chick in that song? She was fucking smoking too, right?
Is that also Tawny Katane?
it is.
Yeah.
Because she was with him.
Yeah,
She was dating him, so she was in all their videos at that time.
Yeah. There you go. Tawny Katane.
I still
Throw
can't.
chicks out.
The story that you came out to Cherry Pie.
Because it was one of those things where I was like, oh, this song is cool to come out to, like shit, and I just came out and I thought it was funny and light and whatever, and then I probably came out to that song probably 10 times in my career.
At least I wasn't pour
And
some
one of
sugar
them-
on me.
Yeah, and one of them was
That is the quintessential.
it was a private fundraiser for women who had been in physical abuse or whatever, and I was like,
Oops.
not really. Oops, I was like, that's hilarious.
Oops, they did it again.
All right, so number ones.
My number one is Joshua Jackson, aka Pacey Witter.
All right.
Not just
He's a stud. He slept with his teacher.
Well, yeah, but I mean, you guys have talked about aging well. This guy has fucking aged so well. Like,
I haven't seen him lately.
oh, here you go.
Oh my, yes he has.
He's a fucking stud and a
Wow.
half. Do you want to
I've seen him. I've seen him in. He's in
The Affair?
The Affair, right?
look at this?
He is in The Affair.
I haven't been able to bring myself to watch that show yet,
I watched
but
The
I know
Affair
that
and I
it's
keep calling the
good.
guy McNulty from The Wire.
Man, what that's what a beard does to a guy.
Well, he looks good without one. He's one of the very few men that looks good with or without a beard.
He looks better
It's
with
either one or the
Okay, so-
other.
He looks better with a beard.
Have you met Henry Cavill?
He doesn't look good without a beard.
Are you out of your fucking mind?
Yeah,
yes,
that's
but
crazy talk.
also
That's crazy talk.
he doesn't look good without a beard.
You're crazy.
Yes.
So he doesn't look good as Superman.
No.
Okay. He just want to hold on to that fucking sticky shit to you.
This
is right. I'm
Do you see how I'm arching my eye? I'm like,
This is not even opinion anymore.
no,
This
no.
is
She's
just
just going down with the ship. She just got caught out. She's like, I'm going down with this
Yeah.
ship like Leo on a fucking chair.
Yeah. So Joshua Jackson, you like him, not so much.
So
the
this
character.
one actually, I think, leans a little bit more on not just the fact that he was Pacey Witter, and I think he was like the best ever,
Of all time.
but definitely the best TV boyfriend between like 97 and 2001, I would say.
Name me a better TV boyfriend ever in life in history.
Chandler Bing.
You're out of your mind.
I don't know. I was just going for the jugular.
You know who would have been? Jim. You would have got me on that one. I would have been like, goddamn, you're good.
Jim took too long to figure out his shit.
But that's not the boyfriend. When he became a boyfriend, that's when he became
Yes,
a
he
boyfriend.
was a good boyfriend.
He was a great boyfriend.
Okay,
Chandler Bing was good.
thank you.
He smoked and behind his girlfriend's back.
his
When?
lazy
When he went, it was traveling.
and
his
his
Tulsa.
laziness at work while he was sleeping. It got him to move away from Monica also.
We're talking about boyfriends, not husbands.
Oh, that's true. You're right. You know what?
What a technicality.
But before, that's how you survive in this room.
Oh yeah, in this group you gotta be technical.
But it's not just Pacey Witter. I forget his character's name on the Mighty Ducks movies, but that character
Charlie.
was Charlie.
Charlie something I forgot, but it's Charlie.
When he fucking
Horse.
cried, when he cried in those movies.
Charlie Horse? No. He got me. He got me. Like Charlie Horse? I'm like, wow, that's weird.
It's late. And
Halftime.
Joshua Jackson was part of that whole WB like craze, and his character on Dawson's Creek was like everything. I fucking loved him always more than I ever did Dawson. I think he's a little bitch. Yes, Stephanie.
Strong word.
I never liked James Vanderbeek until he did the bitch in apartment.
Yes.
20.
Oh my God, he was so in apartment B, right? Or
Apartment B.
2B
She
or
was
whatever.
awesome.
Awesome.
Apartment 23.
Yes.
The beginning of
So good.
That show was great.
And everything he's done since then, he's fucking
He's
great.
been great. Yeah.
Because he's playing somebody who knows that he played a shitty character, and he's like, he's like in the joke. He's in, you know what I mean?
Yeah, he's in on it.
It's fantastic.
And he's great to follow on Instagram if that matters. But
James Vanderbeek or Joshua
both
Jackson?
of them,
Yeah.
both of them, because James Vanderbeek has a really cool, like very hippie wife, and they have like 5 kids, and it's a super cool like little window into his life. Joshua Jackson travels a lot, and he gets a lot of good like pictures, travel shots, stuff like that. So. For different reasons, obviously, but yeah, Pacey Witter was it. He was like the boyfriend that we all deserved, men and women. And
I agree. I wanted a boyfriend like Pacey.
Correct.
I wanted to be a boyfriend like Pacey.
Yeah, you still have time.
I know.
He makes us want to be a better man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make me want to be a better man.
Yeah. So yeah, that was my number one, Joshua Jackson.
Nice.
Dave?
My number one,
I'm invested now.
Carrie Fisher.
How did we not call that?
It's because
We failed.
I
I'm
wasn't-
hungry.
That's
So
why.
I'm not thinking straight.
I ate well.
She may very well have been my very first crush. Is Carrie Fisher.
From what though?
An indie film.
From from Blues Brothers. Okay.
All right, putting that down from Blues Brothers.
I can see that.
What other movies has she done?
That's the whole point.
Austin Powers.
She was an Austin Powers?
She was a great writer too.
She was Austin
She's a
Powers?
fantastic. Yeah.
She had a cameo.
Yeah. Cameo.
Part 1 or part 3?
Part 1. She's the therapist, the family counselor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta go back and watch that one. That was a good one. I gotta go
Yeah,
back and watch
that is a good one.
That was the good one.
There was like even going all the way back to it doesn't even have to be like the slave Leia outfit, which is the obvious one to go to.
I mean, let's not cancel that out. It's not just let's not negate that. You're throwing it out there like it was nothing.
Well, I'm building up to it. You know, I'm saying you don't even have to go to the like ridiculously revealing clothing. It's all the
There's
way
no
back.
bras in space, David.
I am so thankful to George Lucas for this.
Is it ever explained?
This reminds me of Friends when they're talking about the.
I've been
Princess
playing
Leia.
that episode in my head for like 90 seconds. Is it ever explained? Like, I know she's the prisoner of Jabba the Hutt,
Right.
but is like, why is she in why is that her prison garment of this? Just because boys?
She's talked about this.
She hasn't talked about it recently.
But Carrie Fisher in interviews has talked about it.
Well, okay.
She felt that she was not sexed up enough.
Okay, no, right, but I'm just saying, like
on screen.
story wise, it was just like putting her in a bikini for the sake of boys.
It was just for
that's my question.
Yeah,
Got it.
but that was her decision because George Lucas had her covered up for the first and second movie.
Right.
Oh, that was her decision. I didn't know that.
Yeah, she was like, dude, come on, we're in the desert, like. Give me something, and so like she was like totally on board with. Now I don't think she designed the costume,
the outfit, yeah.
the outfit, but that was definitely my sexual awakening as a kid when I saw her in that slave Leia suit, like. Wow, what's going on down there?
That's okay.
Hormones.
Yeah, but
Everything's moving.
beyond the obvious, where like I always thought she was gorgeous. Like she is like so like she's so strong, it's sexy. Like I don't know if that makes any sense. Like I like.
She's not the woman in distress.
No, she isn't. And like, even though like they're there to save her in that first movie, like she ends up saving them.
Yeah.
You know, she's like, someone's got to save us kids when she blows open the little opening to the garbage masher, right? So like that to me was always attractive too.
Right.
And so that was there was never any question in my mind when we started doing this mountain what my number one would be. The other ones, sure, you know, but dude, I've been in love with Carrie Fisher since as far back as I can remember.
Good. That's a good one.
Yeah. Like it legitimately still hurts me to see her in the trailers for the new the Rise of Skywalker. It hurts me. Like, it is heartbreak. So
I haven't seen the trailer, so. All right.
Carrie Fisher.
yeah,
Carrie Fisher
I love you.
from
R.I.P.
Yeah.
what was that show she was on? She was in a show, right? Towards the end. Something about sororities and
What?
yeah, Carrie Fisher. Fuck. I know what I'm talking about, and I know Stephanie's yelling at the fucking at her phone.
Now she's messaging us with the answer.
She was in what's that thing? Actress.
Catastrophe.
No,
Family Guy.
no.
Girlfriend's Guide to Divorce.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on her IMDb.
That's what I'm on. Sorority Row. Sorority Row.
Well, that was a movie. That
That
wasn't
was
a
a
show.
movie, but I thought it was a show. I thought she was on a show, or is that her daughter that I'm thinking about?
Oh, that is her daughter.
What-
yeah.
what show
You're
is her
thinking
daughter?
Scream Queens.
I am thinking Scream
Yeah,
Queen.
yeah.
I thought she was in
So
that.
the one with Ariana
No, but
Grande and all
you know
that?
who, right? You know who was on that? That you're probably thinking of is Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yeah.
That's who. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, she was hot. Oh, that's a good. That would have been a good
Jamie
one,
Lee
too.
Curtis.
Honorable mention, Jamie Lee Curtis.
There you go. Yeah, yeah.
Good legs.
Good legs, good
Good
rack.
everything,
Oh my
man.
god, her rack, man, and that Trading Places.
Oh,
Oh, they were gonna say True Lies.
that too.
But she didn't come out like her rack. Like her in True Lies, she comes out titty free, titties just out
Yeah.
and about, socializing with everybody. There's a story that she has. She said that when she was at a friend's party, her friend's teenage son was like, freeze frame, and then walked away, and they were like, what the hell is that? Turns out they found out later that all his friends had been over and watching Trading Places, and they froze the fucking movie right at the scene where she took off her bra.
Wow.
And so the son being a dick, being like, freeze frame, like that's
Yeah.
so anyways.
So she was a MILF.
Yeah. Oh.
Can you imagine being friends with like what's his name? Manolo, Sofia Vergara's son.
Yeah.
Possible.
It's like, hi, me and my mom.
My best,
Sophia.
my best friend in life, growing up together, his mom she had him at 15. So when we were 20, she was 35.
Right.
And smoking hot. And I told my best friend then, I was like, dude, don't ever leave me in a room alone with your mom. Ever. You will leave me as your best friend, and you'll come back and I'll be your stepdad.
What was that song?
Give a fuck,
Stacey's
dude.
mom
Yeah.
has got it going on.
So yeah, anyways, that's a good number one, BFF. All right, so Deej.
My number one, when we were talking about this, I knew immediately who was going to be my number one, because not only is she my number one, she is my biggest crush ever, and that's Alyssa Milano.
Nice.
She still is.
Oh, yep.
I still think she is.
She's gorgeous.
She's
yeah.
cute. The thing about her is that the character of Samantha Maselli was just so good, because she was cute, she was sexy, but
Tomboy.
not
She started off as a tomboy.
she did start off as a tomboy,
Which is great.
She would like kick your ass. She had a black eye in the first episode of Who's the Boss, but then by the time the show ended, she was like this like little sex bomb.
Yeah.
But just in that kind of cute, kind of what we talked about Britney Spears, kind of innocent in a way. And I loved her. She was very popular, obviously, during that time, and I had posters of her in my room. And till this day, I watched Charmed because of her.
Yeah.
that's not the type of show I would generally be into, but I watched it because of her. What was that other movie?
Commando.
That was my introduction to her. I was like, oh my god.
And the one she did with Marky Mark with
Oh, you're talking about Fear.
Fear, yes.
Yeah,
Fear. I saw all that stuff because of her. I saw, in the Kavanaugh hearings, she was in the back, and I'm like, look at her back there. She's an activist. She's awesome, and I still love her.
She's fun on Twitter.
Double Dragon. Hello. No, but did you ever see Embrace of the Vampire?
No.
Bro.
Is that a TV movie?
I don't know, but it's God's movie, and God made it. And Embrace of the Vampire is her movie that she made to try to break out of the Samantha.
What year was that?
95.
90, yeah.
Oh yeah, she was.
It was literally she made that movie to break out from and it was. She's a vampire and it's all sex and it's like, oh, God bless you.
It's what Showgirls was supposed to be for the other lady.
But for vampire, I mean, it wasn't a huge financial success, I don't think. But
it's become a cult.
But I don't
favorite,
think. Yeah, I think that movie cost $10 to make. You got to bring your own lunch type of shit. And so, but it was. I mean, if you're talking about 95, dude, I was 14 years old. I was born in 81, so we're talking about 14 years old, and I was like,
I gotta check it out.
Yeah.
Now that you're saying vampire, I think I do remember. But
Embrace of the Vampire.
Movie.
Yeah.
But she's I till this day I love her. She warms my heart. Alyssa Milano.
Yeah, I like that pick.
This is the poster.
She last week
seen that.
She confronted I don't know who in Congress. And he was nasty to her,
and she was super polite.
She turned around. She was polite to him, but she turned around to a bunch of reporters and she's like, "These are the men that are deciding what's going on in my uterus." I was like, "Yes, you yelled that in a fucking.
You go, Samantha Maselli.
You go for it." What was her name in Charmed? Not Piper. Phoebe.
Phoebe. Yeah.
Yeah. You go for it, Phoebe.
Great pick. She was also on my original list in episode 8. Again, her and Tiffany Amber, you can't go wrong, right? My number 1 is wait, did I have 5? 1, 2, 3. Oh, I put 5 like a dumbass. Now I gotta make a decision.
Follow your heart. Follow your heart.
Nah, follow your dick, dude.
Yeah, that's gonna be a different decision. One of them is a heart, the other one is total dick.
It would be weird if I said that to him, so I'm glad you chimed in.
You know what? If I'm gonna follow my dick, I would say Charisma Carpenter from Angel.
Oh, okay.
But if I was gonna follow my heart, I would say Joey from Dawson's Creek.
Well, you got to pick one.
I know. I'm gonna go ahead and say.
When you mean Joey, you mean the character.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Why do you not like Katie Holmes?
I like the character. I haven't gotten over Tom Cruise.
But she did. She escaped.
She got over him and
she
under Jamie
died
Foxx.
to me when she married Tom Cruise.
Oh, you know what?
That was
I'm not into the
obnoxious.
Jamie Foxx thing. You know what? I'm out. No, Charisma Carpenter. I'm gonna go. She's just super fucking hot, and she did Playboy, so you could actually see Charisma Carpenter naked. And
it's been a while.
She's like, I did not need to know that. Charisma Carpenter from Angel. She was in Buffy. She was the best part of Buffy, and then she went over and
You
got her
said
own
what?
show. She was on Buffy.
And she was the best part of Buffy?
and she got her own show.
That's not what happened?
That's exactly what happened.
No, David Boreanaz got his own show and then she left with him.
Well,
that's not the same thing.
That's what they call it, but I mean,
back then because you weren't obsessed with that.
She was the angel, wasn't she?
Yeah, that's what I thought it was. I thought they named the show Angel because of her.
Earth Angel.
I missed my house.
Will you be?
Charisma
She was
Carpenter.
really the best part of Buffy?
Yeah, legit. Well, her and what
a rack.
Allison Hannigan?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
But not Buffy.
No.
The Vampire Slayer.
That's from Playboy. I was like,
yeah.
She's full of herself and she's stupid. She's just
That's for another day.
That's look at me, I'm a virgin. All right, you give it up to a fucking vampire, you whore. Charisma Carpenter. You know what she would be good
This
at?
is actually making me more mad than the Handmaid's Tale jokes, to be honest with you.
I was gonna say Buffy would be good in The Handmaid's Tale.
Shut the fuck up. You're such an asshole. He's a fucking bastard. I mean, yeah, no.
So
He's only joking, guys. He doesn't mean it.
Okay. Charisma Carpenter. Charisma Carpenter is. I fell in love with her when I was watching Buffy, and then when she was an angel, she had a better role in Angel, and I was like, yes, queen.
She did have a better role in Angel because it was her post. Like, she played the mean girl in Buffy, and Angel, the show Angel, gave her more room to kind of turn the corner on that.
And not just a one-sided,
And she was really cool. I obviously liked her more in Angel than I did Buffy because she was a bitch in Buffy.
She's great. I love her, and she was in like 2 scenes in The Expendables. And
did she get blown up?
That's how I got Christmas, because she was Jason Statham's girlfriend in Expendables, and Jason Statham's character is named Christmas.
Oh shit. Okay.
That's how, and that's fucking that's how I'm like, holy fuck.
Now you scratch that itch. Now you can leave that alone.
It really is. But
well, you were right.
That worked out conveniently for you, didn't it?
Yeah.
No, but I legitimately, I was like, Christmas something, and I was like, why am I thinking Christmas?
Actually, every time you say Christmas, I think you're going to say Dr. Christmas Jones.
That's what I thought, yeah.
From James Bond.
I've always wanted Christmas in July.
Well, this month is going to be weird because I guess you could have a guy in there.
What?
Because there's like 3 guys. You guys are going to have the majority of the girls on there.
So...
Never mind.
Whoever gets thrown in there gets thrown in?
Yeah, I never mind.
I thought about putting in Zach Morris. Because I wanted to fucking be Zach
I thought he was gonna be on your mountain.
I legitimately, and this is not in a gay. There was nothing sexual with me as far as my fascination with Zach Morris. It was all I wanted.
Listen,
to be
the
Zach
dude
Morris.
can stop time. I mean, come on now.
Yeah, I legitimately wanted to be growing up. I wanted to be. Now, when you look back at it, he was a douche. But I legitimately wanted to be Zach Morris growing up. I was like, that's the epitome of cool to me. He was my James Dean. And I was like, that's my epitome of cool. And I thought about putting him, but I was like, these other people gave me boners. So I'm going to go with that. But I almost...
Decisions.
Yeah, I almost put him in there. But anyways, so Charisma Carpenter, Angel, she's hot. She was in Playboy. You could look at her. Real dark nipples. Like, extremely darker.
Well,
a lot darker than you thought.
I was hoping to find out today.
But good nipple to boob ratio.
Oh, no. Absolutely great.
Yeah.
Great rap. But I'm just saying, it threw me off. I was like, wow, that's darker than I thought it would be for a girl of her complexion. But, all right. Maybe it was after breastfeeding.
What was the rule of the lips, right? It's the same color as the lips.
Which ones?
Exactly.
Yes. All right. So, Charisma Carpenter is...
There's only... one repeat, I think, right? Which is Winnie Cooper.
Yep. So
she should get number 1, right?
Well, she's going to be on the final list. We don't number the final list.
Oh,
you've done this enough.
I know, but I'm tired.
All right. So Winnie, from Wonder Years, and then, I mean, who else would you guys put up there?
I would argue for my number 1, Carrie Fisher.
I would argue for my number 1 too.
Alyssa Milano and Carrie Fisher. I think those are legit. Who do you want to put on your list?
Joshua Jackson.
That's it. All right, I'm fine with that. I'm okay with that. I already have Winnie. I don't need. Alyssa Milano, and it was on my original list and back episode 8, so I can't argue that. And Carrie Fisher is an icon, so you can't, and Joshua Jackson, I legit wanted to be him. And by wanted to, I mean last week, or yesterday, or today. I mean, whatever. You get my point.
Whenever you're available, Joshua Jackson.
Hey, whenever you want to come on, you're more than welcome to come on.
Yeah.
But you have to come here, though. I'm not going over there.
Hey, listen, stranger things have happened.
Can you imagine Joshua Jackson's like, I'd like to do your podcast. Can you come over to me? I'm like, nah.
No.
You got to come here. Sorry, you gotta put up a lady in blue like everybody else, bro.
And get your nut checked.
You gotta fucking put 1 pound leg on at a time, my friend. So the list is Winnie.
I would love to have him here and then have Steph like look at him and talk shit about how he wasn't like how Pacey Witter ain't shit.
I see a complete
that
turnaround.
story will change right away.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? I've always said that Pacey was the best.
I never said I hated him.
No, I said Pacey was the best. I mean, I even acknowledged that it was like the right call because I was wrong with it.
Honestly, I haven't seen the movie. I haven't seen the show in a really long time. And now that I've been watching it, I guess I understand how Pacey. I hear all of it.
Yeah.
The little lying bitch.
Carrie Fisher, Alyssa Milano, Winnie from the Wonder Years, and Joshua Jackson. See, there's a dude. We're fair up in this piece. That's our final mountain. Thank you guys for checking us out. Thank you, Deej, for hanging out with us, man.
Always a good
Awesome time as always.
Check out DJ's podcast, Better Let Me Tell You, where they are the most Miami podcast you're ever going to hear, and it's fucking fantastic, and it's great. I really do enjoy the show. So
Thank you.
Check that out. Check out David on the other podcast on Geek Bro Network. I'm sorry, Better Let Me Tell You is also on Geek Bro Network. Check out Dave as well on Shiver. And Geekmore, and Missy does What's Up Bro, as well as you're like the
I'm the little hoe.
You're like the rotating on every podcast. So Mamas and Merlot is going to be on this week's Pero Let Me Tell You. So by the time this airs, that episode will already be out. So make sure you guys check that out. Check out my comedy. I'm posting up new videos now. So check out my comedy page, narysigns.com or whatwashisname.com, and go to my Facebook and my YouTube, and everything's on there. You guys been a lot of fun. Thank you very much for hanging out. That's how lists are made.